Actually, I'll just do it.
Let's do an intro song.
You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind. You were always on my mind.
Demonetized.
We already got demonetized.
Yeah, that's it right there.
They're like, yeah, so that's it.
So we went ahead.
Ain't nobody watching.
Ain't
anyway.
nobody watching.
Ain't nobody watching. One person watching.
You lied to everybody.
Everyone missed
Oh,
it.
boy. Here we go.
Everyone
Well, to you
missed
four
it.
guys that have nothing better to do on a Thursday night but watch us, we want to thank you we want to thank you for watching this episode of the Livewell at Fish North Georgia this Thursday night. Guys, we appreciate you as you come. All 7 of you right now. But if any more of you decide to come on, we appreciate you guys too. And also, if you watch here later, we definitely appreciate that as well. If you watch on YouTube. So what's up, Ron? Ron, where's everybody at tonight? James, Larry, there you go. Huh? We'll get to that right now.
Okay, never mind.
All right, so guys, again, listen, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button so you can be notified of any future content. And also, you can follow us on the Fish North Georgia group page, Fish North Georgia regular Facebook page. You can follow us on Instagram and, of course, right here at YouTube. And I don't even know where else.
That's kind of true with the singing. St. Patrick's Day is close.
That's right. So,
we
yeah.
do a rattling bong.
We'll do a rattling bong. All right. So,
Make sure I'm not here when
that's
that one
right.
goes down.
So guys,
I want a piece of that one this time. That was fun.
that's right. The name of this episode is
Rattling bog.
what's the name of this episode? We promised
We
not to get
promised not to
demonetized.
We went ahead and got it out of the way. We sang the chorus of "You're Always on My Mind" by Elvis.
You're
real quick.
demonetized.
We're
we
demonetized already,
it.
but
Got
we
that out
promised
of the
that we're
way.
not going to get demonetized the rest of the way. So,
I don't think it quite works that way. I don't think it works. Once you're demonetized, it's
what's
over.
going on, Kevin Bolton and Facebook users? Again, if you're watching on Facebook, please go to StreamYard. www.streamyard.com /Facebook.
Facebook.
Tracy Coker, glad to see you up and about. I know you've been dealing with COVID and all that. So, guys, we're just going to have a kind of fun episode tonight, and we hope you guys will play along. And as you come along, just join in on this because basically, I'll be straight honest, we've been working so hard that we hadn't even really tried to get a guest for this week. So we were thinking, what can we do?
So we got Jonathan Farmer.
We got Farmer there. Yeah, we went big time. We paid Farmer a lot of money. And so what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little pro bass fishing and stuff like that. But we're also, like, at any time, get Farmer away from the camera. It is a lot of ugly. But listen, we love ugly people too. Big girls and ugly guys. That's all. We love them all right there. So, Kim Burke, how you doing? What we're going to do tonight is this. Whatever question you want about any topic you want, whether it's fishing related or whatever, tonight is an open mic night. It can be anything you guys want. Why are you laughing?
You were doing your contemplative look, right?
Yeah. Ryan's kind of scared right now. He's over there kind of. We don't know where this is going to go, but again, we appreciate you. Any question you got, and y'all want to start throwing it out there like that, it can be about Ryan. It can be about Farmer. Look at that. Ryan is right there contemplating this stuff. So what I'm gonna do?
I got a thinking problem.
Yeah, you got something. So, and we're just gonna have some fun tonight. So it's kind of like that. So, no other bit. Well, I got a couple business things to get out.
Get the business out of the way.
Tuesday night again. We started this on the Fish North Georgia group Facebook page. Every Tuesday night we are doing fishing reports and FNG,
Fish North Georgia News.
something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Some Fish Georgia
FNGN.
News. Do you think they will be on this weekend at the Old L? Yes, I do. That's an easy one to answer. I would say that given the tough conditions that everybody's faced, sooner or later these fish have got to kick on. I just don't see. He's just on Old Lanier. Ryan looks constipated. Yes.
Could be.
Yeah, he could be. But anyway, so I think so. I know that I talked to a lot of people, and they said that it's been tough. So it's got to kick on. I mean, anytime now. What about that right there?
Absolutely.
Is side imaging worth the money?
Yep.
I will tell you this. I had a guy in here the other day who said that even though he has a Garmin or he has a Live, no, he has a Live, Mega Live, he uses the side imaging to find fish more than he does his Live. And what he does is he goes into a pocket or wherever it is he's fishing, and he will real slowly go in that pocket and come back out, mark the fish where they're at, and then he targets them. He actually said it's an easier way. So he marks the fish with his side imaging, and then he attacks them with a live, I guess, like that. So that is and that is a guide. So somebody that makes their money trying to get fish in the boat for his clients right there. So again, is side imaging worth the money? Do any of you guys have any opinions on that, or am I going to talk on that?
Yes.
Beasley, that sucks. Yes.
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 I mean, that was real. That was real good.
What else you want from him? I mean,
we'll come back.
I can talk deeply about it.
Yes. Is a tool.
It is a tool.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's one of the ways.
It's
not
only as
always
good
gonna
as you
work.
use it.
Yep.
How about this, Ron Swinford? What pro bass format do you guys like? I like MLF
I like
or
the
bass.
only one.
I like bass.
Only one.
I like the only one.
I like bass myself. I think there's something to have 5 fish coming to a weigh-in. How about you?
I like the only one.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Is that it? So the MLF is fun, but I don't really want to watch guys catch 1 pound bass all day long. I like to see them catch the 5
No,
biggest.
it's got to
and bring everything.
be.
It's a 2 pound.
It's got to be
Oh,
2
whatever. Hell,
pounds
we-
now.
Okay, well, 2 pounds.
2
I
pound
like
minimum
that,
now.
Jeremiah
I'll
Giles,
watch it
pre-spawn right around the corner, and y'all couldn't pick a topic. Come on, Danny. Listen, Jeremiah, come on up here to this store and try to do some integration and stuff that we've been doing. We've been busy.
Technically, it's already
Absolutely.
pre-spawn.
It is pre-spawn right now, but
The
we've been
spawn
working
hadn't
so hard.
happened.
It sucked. So I mean,
What are you doing back there? Paul's like doing ballerina joke back here.
Hey, jumping around.
I'll tell you what we're going to do here. Listen, here's a pretty cool thing we're going to do. So next week, we're going to be at the NOE Outdoor Expo in Cartersville. So on Friday night, we'll be doing the live well from there. But the week after, and that's going to be a great time, and he's going to be bringing vendors in, and we'll have the camera going out through that. And it's supposed to be, I know he's got almost 70 vendors, so I don't know if I fit all of them in there, but we're going to have a schedule where I'm bringing vendors in there, one right after another. So you guys that are on Friday night, that are thinking about coming that Saturday, you'll have an idea of who we got there, So we're going to do that. But the week after,
This is go to Jeremiah's comment. Because it's going to be, we're in the pre-spawn. People are going to start that don't fish all year, going to start thinking about fishing again.
right?
Is this the pre-pre?
So we're going to be having the fish tank sitting
That's
right
right.
here.
That's right.
And we're going to
Yeah.
test some baits and stuff and let you guys see. We're going to go through the pain of it for you guys so y'all can make y'all's decision on what do you want to spend your money on as it starts warming up here.
That's right.
Everything.
Everything. So we're going to get
Spending money
several.
everywhere.
We're going to go to our store, various other
As long as
stores
you
that have
spend
different
it here.
products.
That's right.
That's right. You spend your
That's what
money
I
here.
meant.
But we're going to have like Neds and stuff. We'll have like 6 or 7 different brands. And so we're going to have a camera set up, and we're going to show you whether they stand up or not. And then we're going to drop up. We're going to get shaky heads, and we're going to show you the shaky heads, how they act and stuff like that. We're actually going to do, and I want to do drop shots. So we'll pull down a drop shot. We're going to see which worms are actually really floating and which ones are, got the ED or something, they just can't get it up. So that's what we're going to do. And with that said, hey, Tatum, how you doing, babe? My bad. What time is the show going to air at the NOE show on Friday? We have not set that up, but I would imagine if it opens at 3, we'll probably wait till the guys are starting to get off of work a little bit. So I would imagine probably the last 2 hours of the night. Huh?
When does it close?
7.
7. So probably 5 to 7 on
7 every night except for Sunday.
And what time is that?
5.
And it's $10 at the door, right? I do believe it. I think he's got some specials going on for other people like that. So as far
Paul's
as
hitting up the address right now.
if each guy had tomorrow off, go back up just a little bit. That comment right above Tatum's comment. Right there, Lanier Basson. If each guy had tomorrow off with bait, and what stage of the lake are you hitting? This is a question for each guy. All right, so we're going to start off with Farmer, and I imagine let's any lake, but what you doing?
Any lake?
Yeah, if you're hitting lake tomorrow, what bait and where you going?
I'm going to throw a crankbait or some type of bladed jig. I'm going to be looking for them fish that have moved up early
Okay,
because that's usually going to be your big ones.
okay, all right. Beazle.
Lanier, and I'll just whatever's the biggest bait I can get away with.
That's kind of generic.
He asked for
I mean,
specifics.
He asked for a specific bait.
Young-
kid.
I want to learn a glide bait. I feel like it
Young
could
one.
start to play.
You're gonna go throw a glide bait tomorrow?
I don't see why not.
A little early, but all right.
Okay.
No,
All right, Ryan?
get it.
I'm probably going to go throw... Tomorrow, I go throw crankbait and spinnerbait all day.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
On
fun.
what? What are you targeting?
That's fun.
Less than 5 feet.
Less than
Heck
5 feet.
yeah.
And if you
I
watch
love
the
that
podcast with Ryan, you would understand why he does that. I would be taking a rock crawler and a red bug, and I would be hitting rocky points.
There you go.
That's just, I got a little confidence in that.
I'll throw a
fun, right?
Rapala.
A Rapala, yeah.
DT8 or
DT8,
DT6.
yeah, and you would throw it in that demon color or something like that.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Anything to mimic a
Or citrus shad.
citrus. Anything. Right now, I'm thinking anything with a little orange, little red will produce. But I'm going after rocks.
Are you shad wrapping right now?
No.
No, I'm
Really?
not shad wrapping.
Not yet.
I like it.
I can't even shad wrap regularly. So, a glide bait from now into June is actually a very good idea. Well, yeah, but if I'm going to catch fish, I'm not going to experiment right now. I'm taking a rock crawler because I have confidence in it. So that's definitely what I'm going to do. So you guys definitely keep them questions coming. And in between your questions, we're going to actually talk a little bit about professional bass fishing. So I'm going to Rocky Mountain tomorrow. Hit this comment. And fish off the bank with some big baits and try to catch one big one after the swarming trend this week. If you had watched the Fish North Georgia reports on Tuesday night, the fishing report, you would have heard me give 2 reports from Rocky Mountain, both of which said Rocky Mountain is absolutely dead right now. Now, those reports are just, of course, of those individual experiences.
Yeah, but it's been warming.
It's been warming. I would expect it to them to kind of fire up a little bit, but both of those reports were saying that the fish.
Don't be knocking Ron. He's one of our number one.
No, I love
viewers.
Ron. Did I knock him? Mm-hmm. Oh, Ron, I'm not
You're like,
knocking
if he
him.
would have watched. He watched.
Oh,
he
no.
watches everything.
No, listen, Ron. Ron, let me apologize.
Forgive my cohort, Ron.
Yeah. Listen, Ron, that's not the way I meant for it to come across. That was a general for everybody. But actually, we had a couple reports from Rocky, and both of them said it's absolutely dead. One guy fished Heath Lake, of course, that's the trophy lake up there for anybody that knows Rocky Mountain PFA. And then the other report was from Antioch. It's the east and west, but we just call it Antioch. And it is a tough lake. Here's a question. How did Beasley do last Sunday? Whoa, hey, we said anything goes.
All right.
Okay, we'll get to Derek's
right.
question here in a second.
So it's,
Yeah, zoom in.
you're gonna zoom in. Okay, so it was what 60-something boats. I got 17th. It was my worst tournament of the season so far.
Look at that.
Looking right to the camera. Man, it was.
Come on, Beasley. Talk.
Okay.
Beasley.
Yeah, it was tough. I feel like I was on the right fish. I was really honestly just trying not to catch those 2-pounders, and I couldn't get past them. And live scope hurts because I could see good fish following it, and I just see like a little 2 shoot up and grab it, and then it would destroy the school. Ran a bunch of stuff, just could not make those coals to save my life. It's the worst day I've had in a while. It happens though. That's
Sponsors quick.
that's
Take all
how it
your
is. I don't
sponsors.
have
Like,
sponsors.
look at this dugout bait,
I don't have any
tackle
sponsors.
he's got. His
Shout
hat.
out to Jamie
Now I love
Koza.
Jamie Koza, and he's very nice, and we do some business with him. But good grief, you're wearing it on my show, dude.
No,
That
I
is
don't
a
have
point
any.
off for you.
I don't have any excuses. I just did not.
Who's going to win the Skeeter Championship?
That's cool.
Who the hell is it?
When is that?
When is the Skeeter?
1 week, 2
Give me
weeks?
a little more
End of
information.
the month.
End of the month.
I
How about
think.
you, Derek? You guys, we'll go with you. I really don't know who's. I have no idea who's even
Poor
fishing.
Derek don't have a boat.
Oh, that sucks.
Maybe he'll get it by the end of the month.
I doubt it.
Oh, he's looking for the motor.
He's
ain't he?
looking for the motor.
Oh,
I feel for all you
I
guys that are
cannot.
blowing motors up and stuff like that. Because right now, parts.
let your motors warm up.
That would
Oh,
hurt
look at
me.
that! Ron Swinford.
That would
Yesterday,
hurt
a
me.
lady caught an 8.3 at Rocky.
There you
It
go.
does happen. It does happen. Actually, one of the few
Robert
tournaments
so
we've ever
big.
won. was at
Robert
Rocky.
DeHaas.
Yeah, so let me read this comment right here by Robert DeHaas. All right. Hey, guys, Robbie DeHaas, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Red Rooster Custom Baits watching. We'll have a booth at NOE. Well, buddy, we appreciate you watching, and we look forward to actually meeting you there. We are going – huh?
Come see us.
Yeah, come see us. Actually, I can tell you where we're going to be at NOE. When you walk in the front door, you're going to turn left in the lobby, and we're going to have a big section over to the left. It'll be like a 25 by 30 booth right there. So we're actually going to try to – we're actually going to try to put up a store right there instead of just – and we're going to take a lot of stuff. So we're going to have – just to kind of – if you guys are thinking, we're going to have cast baits. We're going to have some OG 30s for guys that are getting ready for the top water. We're going to have the new cast swimmers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they're called power swimmers or swimmers, but we're
Take
going to
my
have
interest.
those. We're going to have we'll have our True Grit stuff, of course. We'll also have the ability to order our True Grit stuff if you guys want to order it in bulk. And I can tell you that people are doing that. Like today, we got orders of 30? We get orders of 30, 60.
We got 3 dozen.
Three
we got
dozen
6
here.
dozen.
Yeah.
We got
It's
2
crazy.
dozen. Yeah.
So people don't just come and buy 1 or 2; they're buying a lot. So we'll have those course, we'll have our hats and all that. But the biggest attraction of all will be that you can come up and get your picture made with Ryan Sheffield. Right? That's the biggest attraction, that you can come up with this man right here. Right here. He'll put his arm around you. He'll blow in your ear. He'll do whatever, but he's going to make you a
I
satisfied
ain't
customer.
blowing nobody's ear.
You say that. Anyway, let's scroll on down and see if we missed any others. But hey, listen, seriously, Robert. In all fairness, we look forward to come see us, and we'll try. If you don't come to us, we'll go down. So Derek White says, "What's up, Hickory Flat?" And he says, "Paul Marks or Randy Dover." I would say
Paul Marks.
that would be Junior. I would imagine. So Paul, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Just because he's been on the show, I'm gonna go with Paul. What do you think? I'm not knocking Randy Dover. He's a hell of a fisherman. So definitely not doing that. Oh, listen to this. Congratulations to Joshua Tatum and his wife on their new Navy boy. But we'll just say it's a new baby boy.
I think.
It's a new baby boy.
That's a boy.
8 pounds 1 ounce. My Lord, I hope it. Whew. So, but yeah, no,
Saved it.
he said
8 pounds.
8 pounds.
1 ounce.
Getting Sheffield there.
Coming to the scales. Right?
Come pounds. That's right. Woo!
Taka hero.
That's right. So congratulations to Joshua Tatum and his wife. And I don't know how we're congratulating Josh. His wife did all the work and everything. So that's
Who
awesome.
misses
Same
Fish
weekend.
Fishburne?
Who did? What's
I
that?
miss Fish Fishburne.
It's fish, bro.
Okay, so old Robbie, here you go. George Smith is talking about old Robbie makes some of the best crappie jigs on the market. Well, if they're that good, Robbie, let's talk. We might can put a few in my store. I'm looking actually for some good custom crappie jigs. So I don't know if you sell on the wholesale side, but let's talk. Well, I'm always looking for something like that. Tracy Coker said just don't blow in his ear. Bronson said you do blow in his ear.
Nathan Buddha does.
Oh, Buddha said that, but he said bro. Okay, Bronson, I think it's what he was trying to type. Said you blow in his ear. So there you go. Well, listen, if you want to get your ear blowed, come see Ryan Sheffield at the NOE Outdoor Expo right there. So Ty Overmeyer may win the championship. He has been on a roll for the last month. That's true. But let me tell you what, this is just me coming from an outsider that doesn't get to fish those tournaments. I've been sitting and watching, and I noticed, so especially Lanier, and I think it's like Allatoona as well, any big lake that does these tournaments, when a particular group of guys get on it, they're on it for a roll for a little bit. And then their bite goes down, and then somebody else pops up, and they get on a roll, and it goes down like that. Do you find that true, Farmer?
Oh, I do.
You do.
I mean,
I'm just trying to get you involved here, baby.
I appreciate it.
Mhm.
No, I agree with that. Your finesse guys are really, really succeeding right now when the bite's tough. But
Right.
when the pre-spawn really kicks in, your power guys are going to kind of jump on top there.
Right. I see that. Let me tell everybody what Alan Pruitt's comment is about, and I appreciate you bringing this up. If you guys have ever watched this, you've seen Dana Smith on the show. He is with
FCP.
FCP Fishing. He has a YouTube channel. Very cool guy, and right now he's struggling with COVID. If I'm not mistaken, he's hospitalized. I might be wrong with that, but I know he's having a really hard time. Alan, I do not have an update on that, but again, you guys throw him up in your prayers because he is a really cool dude, a really good fisherman, and he's part of the family here and all that. So, and a lot of people that fish Lake Lanier follow him and all that. So he does some really cool videos and stuff. But again, he is struggling with COVID right now. So you guys, if I can find some information, I'll try to get it out to you. So Neil Scoggins can't hang tonight, guys. Was up at the butt crack of dawn this morning. I'll watch later. Well, come on, baby, be tough, man it out. But if not, we will see you later. So I still think though, Skeeter, I'm gonna go with Paul Jr. just because I like him. So I'll do that. Want to talk a little bit, and we'll keep going on the questions. So if one pops up, we'll do that. If you guys are on FNG group page, you've noticed that Kurt Wehunt started the Fish North Georgia Fantasy thing. I've never played fantasy in anything, not football, basketball, or anything. For the most part, I thought it was kind of a waste of time. But this year, I did jump in.
You're lame.
I did. I am lame. I did jump in on the fantasy thing and picked out a.
He's
a
won
team.
more than that, Derek.
Um,
Better double check your numbers. He's won way more than that.
Ty had won 15,000. Yeah.
He's won
no.
way more than that.
Yeah, he's won quite a bit of money if you include the Skeeter money. So the Skeeter Championship is a team tournament. Well, there you go. That shows you how much I know. So how about Paul Marks and whoever's fishing with him, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know. I thought it was a one-day tournament. So
Do you have to be in a Skeeter for that?
to win the money you do, but I don't
Really?
think
Yeah, to win the money, dude.
Oh.
That's the
Just
Skeeter
Skeeter
check,
real
yes.
money.
I was about to say Paul isn't.
Trust
Also
me,
the Phoenix.
trust me. There's
Okay,
several
I really don't
Rangers
know.
and Phoenixes and
Yeah,
stuff involved in it too.
Yeah, I have no earthly idea. So, okay, so we're moving. We got those comments. But anyway, so one of the things that I'm having to learn here is I've never followed professional bass fishing in my life, other than everybody knows who KVD is. Mike Iaconelli. Do your Mike Iaconelli.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Will you do it tonight before it's over with?
Maybe.
Okay. You know the big name guys and all that kind of stuff. But I've never really followed it. I watch it on ESPN every once in a while, but guys surrounding me know a lot more about it than I do. Trust
That
me.
shows how long ago that he's watched it.
Who?
You,
Why? Because I said.
because you said you watch it on ESPN.
Yeah. Well, okay. There you go.
It ain't
So-
been on ESPN in a minute.
well, there you go. That shows you that. So
I watched it on TNN.
TNN, yeah. So I mean, it's been quite a while.
I'm Bob Cobb, with the Bassmasters.
There you go. So back when it was like filmed on VHS and stuff like that. But anyway, regardless, I jumped into this, and one of the things that I have learned is I don't know any of these guys hardly, and so I'm here to learn, and we're going to talk a little bit about it tonight. FS1 now, Danny. There you go. So it's on Fox Sports. I'll show you how much I don't know. So today was the first day of the Bassmaster Elite Series down
You
on
can
the
watch that Sunday before you go to church.
before I go to church.
Yeah, because it'll be off by 11.
Okay, well I might do that because I'm going to
11:30.
church. So do y'all remember the Red Man series?
Mm-hmm.
I got a problem with Red Man right now, guys. You've seen it going around on Facebook.
Oh, God.
Uh-oh.
Yes. All right. So Red Man
What about you,
Yeah.
farmer?
chewing
I
tobacco.
ain't saying nothing.
Red Man chewing tobacco, and I chewed a bunch of it back in the day. It's now called America's Best. They changed the name. They took the engine off, and now they're America's Best. Do we have an opinion from you guys on that? Because I think it sucks. But what about you, Ryan? Are you dazed and
I
confused?
did
or-
Copenhagen. So.
I did. Well, I dip now. I don't chew. What about? Oh, we can't even ask Beasley that. He's not old enough to do that stuff. He can't even buy it.
21.
21. Do y'all see? But anyway, I think that sucks. But anyway, it is what it is. This is today's society. Did y'all see that guy stick a 12 in the MLF today?
Randy Howe.
Randy Howe, he stuck a
Did he?
10 something yesterday.
Really?
Really?
And I
Where's
I
the-
know
where's the-
exactly how he probably when he like
He got like what was it?
Where
a
are they
10?
fishing? Where are they fishing?
Dearborn,
Delmore.
Dearborn,
Okay.
Del-
Lake
More.
Dearborn.
Well, let me
Oh,
ask you
Delmore.
this: if you had to choose right now between watching that and watching the Bassmaster Elites, which one are you watching,
The elites.
Ryan?
Elites.
I'll do whatever.
I'll
Whatever's
do
on.
whatever.
I remember when the MLF first come out. It was fun when there was only like we only had those handful of guys and you could watch
Yeah.
it online.
Right?
Boy, you was in diapers when it first come out.
I watched. some of it, so- Yeah, that's true.
I remember-
I didn't watch.
That's
the
right.
I remember
Spot on.
paying.
It
I remember
sucks.
paying $79.99 to watch all 4 days on the internet for 8 hours. The only way you could watch it was on the computer.
Really?
Mm-hmm. And it was like a month after it was over.
Oh, really? So it was already over. You just watched the replay.
Yeah, but you could sit there and watch, and you just watch, and it was just unfiltered.
Gotcha.
And it was pretty cool.
Well, there you go. I like it.
And then as it got more and more and more and more and more monetized, it got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Worse. So today was
First one they ever did was on Amistad.
on Amistad.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
cool.
It was the first one they ever did.
Yeah, here comes all that knowledge he's got. He knows all this stuff. So
I
today,
wasn't around back then.
huh? No, you
Everybody
were.
out there,
I was not.
everybody out there in Amistad in October throwing jerk baits around, and then it shows Tommy Biffle going in there. I'm gonna go back here and throw a buzz bait. Next thing you know, 6 pounder.
Did he win it?
No, he didn't win.
He didn't
it,
win.
but
He's got
he,
that.
he
Um,
threw back there in about 2 inches of water, and all was just, you
Blew up.
seen it. And he was like, "Yeah, go."
So today on the Bassmaster
My
Elites,
short
it was the
shorts.
first day at the St. Johns River, and I want to show you how bad my picks are. I'm terrible at this. So your leaders, of course, was John Cruz Jr. right now with 28 pounds, Bob Downey with 27.4, Stetson Blaylock in third with 22, Micah Frazier, which I almost picked, in 20.4, and Bill Lowen in with 20. That's your top five. Now listen to my top five. This is how bad I suck.
Frazier's a good bed fisherman.
I should have picked him. I almost picked him, and I changed right here.
He was on fire. All
I
day.
picked Greg Hackney, and he had 8 pounds.
He's not a bad fisherman.
Drew Benton, he had 11 pounds, 5 ounces. John Cox, he had 9 pounds, 6
Yeah,
ounces.
he's a tough one.
Cliff Prince, 8 pounds 15 ounces, and Justin Atkins. Now Justin Atkins is in 21st place with 14 pounds 13 ounces. I did not know any of these guys, so here's what I did. I actually went down and I looked to see where they were from, and so I picked some Florida boys thinking that would help me, and it did not. Now, who do you think is going to win the Bassmaster Elite, Ryan? And why?
It's probably gonna be one of the boys who can find enough bedfish to win.
Yep.
It's really gonna be hard to.
Who's the best bed fisherman in the elites? And while you're thinking about that, let me answer this comment while you guys are thinking about that from Mike Loner. He says, "Enjoy listening to you guys. Looking forward to meeting y'all on Friday at the expo and getting your hands on some of y'all's jigs. We will definitely have them, and we look forward to meeting you too. I mean, that's the best part of all this." And guys, again, if you got questions again on any topic,
Who's top 5?
we can definitely go, because these two guys over here, I asked a question and they're over here kind of thinking about it. They don't even really know what they're doing. So what is that? What is that next comment right there from Steve Pinkston right there that you got right there? Let's see. I fished a Redman a couple years ago. Boat on boat draws, $75 entry fees. That's pretty. That's good. So
number 3.
here's some guys giving some comments. John Cox, of course.
What about John Cox?
John Cox, and I think Stetson
I think John Cox had a tough one
today.
Yeah, today he had a real tough one.
I can pull up where he's at. So
I can pull it up.
Stetson Blaylock will give them a run. And
Yeah.
I actually had it pulled up right here.
I thought Cobb was going to do really well. That's why I picked him. He got big fish, but he's in 50 seconds. So
Did you guys figure it out?
Cobb is the one. He caught a 10 at fork off a bed last year or the year before. I think it was the year
It was
before.
bigger than
I will
10.
be 49 or
Just-
50.
yeah,
Where am
I
I
don't
going
know
to
what
be?
it was.
It was 11-8.
I'm trying to remember how old I
Was
am. I think I'm 49. I'll be 49 next
I
month.
remember the catch. I don't
He set the
remember
hook and it pulled back.
So who did you say?
Hmm?
Who did you say?
They're talking about John Cox. I think he's
So
in the
John Cox. I'm looking up John
50s
Cox.
or 60s.
Oh, we just got a donation.
$20.
We ain't demonetized no more.
Let's go.
There you go, Ken Burke. Hey, we like that. You know we have a feature on here that you can donate money to us. We just don't ever put it up.
Why are we not doing it? Oh my Lanta! Oh God!
You know, kind of one of those things where you can like a Patreon and all that.
Exactly.
Nobody's gonna pay
Subscribe
for
to my
this crap.
Patreon.
Brian knew.
Have that.
We've had it. I just don't know how the hell to turn it on.
Oh my God!
Seriously, we do. Now John Cox is
Brian knew.
he's 57th with 9 pounds 6 ounces.
He don't stand a chance.
So he's not going to win
Brian knew.
unless he comes back
Where's
with a huge
Brian
thing.
New at?
COVID
Brian
fog,
New's
Danny.
like 6.
Hey, listen,
Brian New couldn't
that's
win
part
because
of
he
the
won
problem.
last
But
year.
there's a lot of other.
He's
there's
good
a lot-
on the
lot of
shoot.
other-
And Brian New's a freaking.
Brian New's good in general. That's
He's a freaking.
Thrift's
That's Thrift's protege.
and Matt Airy a little bit. but
Yeah.
See,
before
here's
that.
the problem: is I don't know any of these guys that you guys are
Brian
talking
is
about. I have got to
good.
learn because I want to win the fantasy fishing thing.
Brian New fish a lot like Thrift with all the 40
Matt Airy-
rods on each side. Then you fill up the.
Yeah, but you won't find
Go
anybody's
over there.
boat that's more organized than Thrift's.
Oh yeah, I know. He's so
Steve
OCD.
Pinkston wants us to dance
It's
on
so
a pole for
funny.
donations. We might do that.
No.
Matt Airy is
I've got too much
Matt-
of a belly,
Matt Airy-
Steve.
16th place
Yeah,
with
he was one of my
16.7.
picks. I love Matt's. Matt's pretty good.
I almost picked what's that guy with the mullet?
Fighter.
Matt Roberts.
No, Fighter.
Oh, Matt
Seth
Roberts.
Fighter. I almost picked him, and I went, nah, he's a Yankee, and he won't do good down here. But he actually is 18th
Fighter
place.
can catch
He can
fish out
fish
of a
ground.
mud hole.
Yeah, fighters.
Well,
fighters
listen, guys,
good.
that's part of the learning stuff. So,
Fighter's really, he
Um,
got Angler of the Year last year.
yeah. So again,
That was
guys,
that last year. He was down there, and that woman down there. He's in the back of that canal,
Oh,
and she
yeah.
was like, "Are you fishing the Florida Club?" He's like, "Bassmaster,
I love
the
that.
Florida Club, Bassmaster," and then and he had one.
who is this?
Seth Fighter?
Back
So-
in one of those canals.
Jeff's got an interesting thing. Should we start an OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
I don't even. Didn't you tell me that? I didn't even know what an OnlyFans was.
you don't want to know.
What
Mine
is it,
is
Farmer?
somewhere.
What is an OnlyFans?
You don't
We'll get
wanna know.
demonetized.
Brian
We're not
is
going to get
insanely
demonetized.
good.
Nobody's
We
going to
will
watch
for
this
sure.
anyway.
No, OnlyFans is monetizing.
Monetizing exactly what
Demonetized.
gets demonetized.
We ain't got no naked women on here.
We just got demonetized. So
There it is.
OnlyFans is for porn, basically.
Oh.
Basically.
Basically.
But it could be for
I mean, there's other things, but
So
the
if
majority
we-
of what you
so-
find on OnlyFans is
So
that.
if we do the episode naked,
Young
We can have the OnlyFans.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna watch that
I'm
one.
not gonna.
I'm not
Beasley's
watching that
halfway
one.
naked
I'm outta
anyway
here.
with
Oh
these
my
shorts
God.
he wears.
Oh, they're literally not even. They're just normal shorts. They're
my
literally.
God.
Yeah, so Aaron, did I hear naked women?
Hey, Ron.
Hey,
You done
Ron.
messed up,
Hey,
hey,
Ron.
Ron.
Hey, Ron, we can. Well, no, my daughter's watching. Like, we can't do that, but we could do the show naked.
No, we are
There you
not.
go. He's
Please,
talking about
no, we're
Brian
not.
Thrift.
I refuse.
Why not?
I
Thrift is
refuse.
insane.
Why?
He's so good.
I refuse.
Why?
I'm not sitting here naked.
Why? I'm just asking you why.
Where's Hackney at in the points?
Indecent
Pretty
exposure.
low, I think.
Carolina boy, but my money is on Hackney. Well, see,
Those
that's the thing
Carolina
is,
boys.
I picked Hackney.
Hackney
James, hey,
don't
listen,
stand a
Those are
snowball's
Lake
chance.
Norman boys.
James
man.
Larry is watching
As
from a
soon
Waffle
as
House. That is
as-
class right there.
As soon as they pile up in the grass or they start going into
Oh, y'all
their
are talking
cypress
fishing.
knees, then Hackney's probably it would absolutely wreck
Hackney
'em.
did good last year because they had a front
Yeah,
come through and it puts the
those
fish back
cypress
into the
trees.
cypress trees and he was able to flip on them.
That was awesome. I love when he caught the male and he's like, "Here's your girlfriend."
Dane Hunter, inadequate exposure. Listen, it might be inadequate, but you listen. You guys have the bodies for podcasting. Yeah, we're still going to do that 12-month Fish North Georgia calendar, and Ryan's going to be on it, and Dane's going to be in it. And how about you, Farmer? Would you put on a little like a Speedo and do that calendar?
Do I get May?
That's really a question.
Yeah.
I asked
get-
the same thing the other day.
What
I
the
get
hell does that mean?
I
Do I
get
get
January.
May?
If I get May, I will.
I get January and June.
Why? You get the cold months because that's that way you can explain it, right? So, why May?
Why May?
Yeah, why would you do
It's
a?
spring. It's the month of love.
Oh my God. And with that, we'll see you guys next week at the NOE Outdoor Expo.
I didn't know Zaldane.
I was getting ready to-
We're all officially speechless.
I was
we
gonna
don't
say
know what to talk about now.
But
the
we
rest
might
of the
not get to
night.
go to the NOE Expo. Right, so let me ask
We'll see you guys next week.
Okay, no. I'm going to run with this topic
Bye,
for a
everybody.
second.
Oh my
Springtime,
gosh.
May, farmer in a
Turn the
Speedo,
mics off.
nothing else. What is your backdrop? What are you in? You in a flower, like a field of flowers, or what are we doing?
What is it? Feel of,
Paul.
what's the
Press the
uh,
button.
So how about this weather? That's right,
That's
baby.
what I'm saying.
That's exactly right.
what's this weather? I like
May is the shortest month. Does that equate to dot.
February's
Well,
the
May
first
is the
month.
shortest month.
No,
I think February's got like 28 days.
Too
So.
many North Georgia education.
The snowball.
I thought it was June.
We are in the shortest month currently.
But regardless, though, why May? I mean, what's your backdrop? And what color Speedo are you wearing?
A field of tulips
I was going to say, what's the
with a solid white.
what's the month of
space.
May's flower? I think it's the tulips.
Who the hell knows that information?
My wife.
Oh, so this is all about your wife. You're
That's
going to do a
right.
picture for your wife?
That's right.
That's
Just
disgusting.
trying to get a cheap boudoir
I am.
on here.
Yeah, that's bad. Look, we had
All
people
right.
drop off like crazy. So
Pictures cost money.
They do.
This is a wise financial
What
decision.
are we talking about?
I
What'd you
don't
think
know.
about Lee Livesey in 10th? That's crazy, isn't it?
Listen to Beasley. He's trying to get us back on track.
well, again, we did. We dropped like 6 or 7 viewers
Yeah,
because Farmer said he wanted May.
God.
That's all right, guys. We'll get it.
3310.
We will get it. Hey, listen,
Oh, I can't wait to go to Hartwell.
hand-tied.
The caravan to Hartwell is Friday.
We're
Wait,
going to go
wait,
to the
what?
Bassmaster Classic
On Friday.
On
That is
Friday.
the-
Is
that
that
is the
Friday?
caravan.
If
Not
anybody,
this
yeah,
Friday,
if,
not
if,
next
God.
Friday.
if anybody wants
Okay.
to go
I'm
to
like,
the
I gotta finish.
Bassmaster Classic on Friday with us guys and meet and all that, we can all go. We'll all go as a big happy family. What do you think?
I'm going. I ain't going with you guys.
Sure you
Hey,
do.
he doesn't want to be made
We'll
fun
pretend-
of.
we'll
at the damn
pretend-
Bassmaster
If
Classic.
we roll up
If
with
we
these
see
boys-
Beasley, we'll just point and laugh. Ha ha ha.
I'll be sitting there talking to the dang Brian Thrift, and you guys, you
Nathan-
guys be pulling up. Oh, Beasley.
Will you wear the
CT?
same shorts that you wear?
Oh my God, they're not that. They're
Spray on shorts.
You spray on shorts.
spray on shorts. I don't know what.
What if we do that?
I'm gonna sue
What's
Columbia.
up? What's up? So Nathan said he's going. What if we do that? What if we do the episode naked, but we get like them girls do, and we get like suits painted on us?
Okay, so
Anyway,
Chris Zaldane is an
so
A.
Chris Saldane's an 8th.
Oh
He
my
is.
god!
I wonder what
You
he's
guys
throwing.
are
He's
shitting.
probably throwing some big baits. He likes to.
What did Cruz? What
What do
did
you think
Cruz
about-
catch his fish on
What do you
today?
think about Chris?
I don't know. I
Zaldane
don't know that Erie one on
leaving Megabass?
Lanier. He through the spark shed.
He did. Ah, that was cool. That might be a pattern that's working right
That's
now
right.
for a couple
He
of big
didn't win.
ones.
I thought he did.
He did not win.
No, he didn't. He got second.
He didn't catch a limit on Sunday.
Oh, that's right.
Paul Mueller won. Also throwing a small swim bait.
Okay, but what do you think Cruz did today?
I don't know what Cruz did. I didn't watch.
Okay, I just didn't know. So better use thick latex paint. That's right, hickory flat. I thought I said hickory dog.
Our viewership just continues to go on the
That's
downside.
okay. If you guys can't have fun,
Danny's
you go-
doing his hardest to.
Yeah.
He's
Hear this off.
You want me to tell the Kiefer story?
no.
Nope. Okay. Bill Lowe.
Who is okay? How about this? Bazilla World TV. That's a long one, so you're going to have to click that over. Just leave it right there for a second for you switch it over, Paul. Would any of you guys have any information on starting a total electric bass fishing team in Georgia? Are there any filings or registrations of things of that nature? Well, you heard the right guy.
There are a bunch
Yes.
that you don't even probably know.
Yeah,
there's
but
a lot of clubs.
There are a lot of clubs already that are electric only in the state of Georgia. I can name
There you
probably
go.
about 10 right now off the top of my head, and that's just in the North Georgia area. Huh?
Do
Do it. So you got the Electric Elite, you got the Dahlonega John Boat Anglers, you got North Georgia, whatever Jesse's club is, North Georgia.
North Georgia John Boat Anglers.
Did I say Dahlonega John
You
Boat
got-
Angler already?
Yeah, you got Bang. You got
No, Bang ain't
SWAT.
around.
Bang ain't around no more.
Yeah, you got
EBO.
EBO Electric
you got
Bass
SWAT,
Opens, High Voltage Anglers.
High voltage.
You got SOS, which is Sunday only series.
Mhm.
You've got Extreme. That's
got
one.
Extreme
So I'm
John
on about
Boat Anglers.
8 or 9 right there. So actually, there are really no regulations. The more the regulations are in the lakes. So we've got a lot of these reservoirs where it's electric only, and you can only have you cannot have a gas motor nor a gas tank really on your boat. So actually, Bazil, if you want to get involved in some of those, just let me know, and we will I can send you a list, and I actually can send you contacts. But there are no filings. I don't know. I know when you go up north, that sometimes some of them up north things they have states up there. They have a lot of rules and regulations. Georgia is pretty lax on them. There's no horsepower regulations on any of them. The only thing I know is on Rocky Mountain you have a no wake. That's the entire lake. So don't do a zoom off as we call it. When
That's
we
y'all's
have it.
fault.
Yeah, we got in trouble. When you throw a bunch up, we went. I mean, we took off. But who thinks about an electric motor? You're only going
Ready, go.
7, 8, 9 miles an hour, and we're violating the no wake policy like that. So,
Zoom off.
but as zoom off, we have zoom offs.
7 o'clock. Be back at 3.
That's right. So actually, That's right. It is what it is. But actually, so that's a very good question, Bazilla. But actually, too, I'd like to know what Bazilla World TV is.
Bazilla. I'm pretty sure he pronounces it Bazilla.
Well, Bazzilla, Buzzilla, whatever. So yeah, Baz. That looks. I see the second.
Gorilla.
Yeah. So anyway, if you want to actually in the comment section tell us a little bit more about you, that would be pretty cool. But yeah, again, no filings, no registrations. You just SWAT. I forgot about SWAT.
I said SWAT.
No, you said SWAT.
You said SWAT.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I shouldn't have. But anyway, so there you go with that.
Bang, bang. So anyway, I start blasting.
That's right.
That's what Danny does.
So I wouldn't have thought of a wake. That's actually true. So Brian Marcuson, who fishes electric only, that's exactly what it sounds like. I wouldn't have thought of a wake. Actually, yeah, some of our boats get up, to 10, 11 miles an hour. And if you got a full-size bass boat, it technically is throwing a wake. But, yeah, we got in trouble at Rocky Mountain. And that, I mean, just if you go to Rocky Mountain, the game wardens up there, or whatever you want to call them, the lake administrators, they are pretty strict up there. Speaking of
I
electric,
told you today, man.
did you ever get pricing on the lithium batteries you have now in inventory? We have Eternal Lithiums, and yes, I do. I do have the pricing on that. I don't know if you want me to give it out over the air, but we do. And also, we have the entire listing. I actually can pull it up right here on the computer, but we don't carry every one of them, but we can order them, and they get drop shipped to your house. So Ryan Hanks, how's it going? And Lip Sticker Fishing, who was out on the lake today, how you doing, buddy? We appreciate it. For all you guys that are joining, because it looks like we've gained a few members after we quit talking about farmers.
Exactly.
Say-
Don't even bring it up.
Leave it alone.
Good. I don't listen. Hey, listen. It is what it is. But tonight is an open mic night. Any question on any topic you guys got? We are talking fishing, but we'll go down any rabbit hole you guys want to go down. But you've got to put it in the comments, or we don't know what you want to talk about like that. So
We have question of the week.
We could make one.
Eddie, do you want to answer one of these Instagram questions?
Yeah, we got an Instagram
heck
question.
yeah.
What about it? Give it to her.
Give me a second.
Okay. What you think about Matty Wong? You see him up there?
Who dat?
I think he. What did he win?
he new?
Some Bass Nation something. I know he got like a free boat and like entry fees.
So
paid for the
he
year.
was in the opens last year then.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know what it was. It was some special thing, but yeah, he's got a big Bass Nation sponsorship
What's
on
up,
his
Lynn
boat. All
Sticker?
that.
You happy you got your boat back?
But yeah, he's making the most out of that.
He did. So, how about we go down this? Since I know we were talking bass, but good grief, these pros. I don't know any of them. I don't know who Wong is except for the kid.
I don't even know who that is.
Wong. I was going to go to 16 Candles. You remember that? You remember that?
Still kind of bad.
Huh?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
16 Candles?
The
I know
movie?
song.
Huh?
I know the song.
The movie. You got. That's
know what?
Long Duck Dong. So there you go. Okay, here's an Instagram question.
We'll go with Instagram question one.
Yeah.
Instagram. Move. Yeah.
Instagram question 1 from Ryan Hanks, Cast Fishing Company. When is the FNG crew going to do a road trip and fish the salt? Because bass fishing is boring.
That's not what
Woo, that's what from Ryan.
That's not what he didn't say that last part.
Oh, okay. Well, I tell you what, we actually have been planning on going down there and filming one. So, won't you help set us one up? I will say the last time I got on a boat, I puked. So, but that was from a heavy night of drinking in Savannah on St. Patrick's Day weekend. Don't go deep sea fishing in Savannah on St. Patrick's Day weekend because
Yes,
it
I
seemed.
know. I'm laughing. I'm looking at the same one you are.
Which one?
Don't just scroll up.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Don't let Aunt Danny see it.
I see it now.
Gosh.
Explain in detail how Lois Lane could survive a shot from Superman's low cam.
Danny, you just can't help yourself.
I
I'm gonna
can't.
throw this hat at you, Paul.
So let's talk about that. The words gentle are not going to come out of my mouth. Where are you guys running? Huh? Well, y'all are scared. I would say this.
He's going to go into detail about it.
I'm going to go in detail about it. What do I think? In detail, how? First of all, it depends on from which direction she's taking the shot. I gotta have that information first. So.
We're not being involved in this. That's why we're off camera because we don't.
And I guess, listen, all of these scaredy cats left me right there just because a controversial question came up. But I'm trying to answer. Small dose of kryptonite.
You're not supposed to. You're supposed to ignore stuff.
We're not supposed to ignore something when we say any question, any topic. So I'm going to answer. I need the detail of how it was being shot, and then I can answer that question. Why do y'all guys get scared and run off? It's YouTube, and we own the show. I mean, we own the show, so... oh my gosh, Brian, I ain't gonna read that. All right, y'all keep it clean. Y'all do keep it clean. Let me rephrase that. Any question, any topic that I can say in front of my wife. Well, no, we won't go there. Not only demonetized, the fines are beginning. Hey, listen.
Hey, we're just fine.
We're just fine right here. So, guys, again, I don't mean to run everybody off, but Superman and Lois Lane, I don't really know. So. There you go. I'm here, Danny. Oh, there you go. Hickory. I didn't know. I know that was Drew. Did you know that was Drew?
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. See, it's nice to put a name on the thing. So, anyway, y'all give us some more questions because I don't know how to answer that.
You said we were planning a salt trip.
Yes. Okay. So we're going. Yes. Here we go. So we want to do. So don't go. We're not going to do it on St. Patrick's Day weekend because Savannah. If you've ever been to Savannah on St. Patrick's Day weekend, it is absolutely one of the craziest scenes I have ever seen. But we went down there. We had a little too much to drink. We stayed up till 5 a.m. playing poker. No, I'm on the poker thing. Stayed up till 5 a.m. 5 a.m. playing poker. Got to the boat at 6. Loaded up all the brewskis. Got going, and then I proceeded to puke for the next 4.5 hours once we got out there. So, if you can set us up, Ryan, we will definitely come down there and we'll film it and everything.
Water.
I got like that Michelob Ultra upstairs like that. So. I definitely would like to. So, okay, according to Bass, John Cruz went to Rodman and caught most of his fish there today.
This makes you a better fisherman.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Mountain Dew.
All right,
It saves the fish. That's the only reason why.
pop up Nathan's question. Nathan had a question. We need to get Nathan to come get on the show one
He
time.
won't. You got Oreo minis.
Dude, I want
Give me some.
to get an Oreo sponsorship.
Give me some.
If Oreo, I don't have any sponsorships, but
Give me a few.
if Oreo wants to sponsor me,
You won't talk about Superman, but you talk about
True
Oreos.
fact, the Oreo cookie is the luckiest fishing snack.
it's
Chips Ahoy's pretty good too.
I
Every
wouldn't-
time-
Oh, look, my cousin was there, so he can back me up. Worst trip ever, because he was there. He will tell you that I puked like for 4 hours on that boat. I saw Jesus, I saw sharks, everything in the water except land.
Jesus.
Yeah, I swear, and all that foam out there, I had a come to Jesus moment. And so I'm holding on to the boat, and I'm puking out the side. And after you puke for 4 or 5 minutes, you got nothing left in your stomach. So I just straight gagged for the next 4 hours.
Oh, good.
Yeah, and
I'm
listen,
glad that we told that story on air for the third time.
have I told that story?
yeah,
Several times.
yeah.
Well, did I tell you about the SOB pissing? Huh? You want me to add some details?
No.
I have more Oreos in the car.
Yeah, so anyway.
There's some more Oreos upstairs.
No, every time that daggum guy driving a boat, and we're in like 6-foot waves and all that, and we're slamming and all that, and he just decides to let go of the wheel and goes off the back of the boat like, Popeye or whatever, and he starts using the bathroom, and I couldn't quit puking long enough to kill him.
I believe that there will be a lot of limits weighed in, Buddha.
At the BFL.
I agree. I agree.
A bunch of 20s.
You
Easy.
said that it was a 25-pound sack going to come out of the high school tournament.
I thought there was. They were biting so good. Turns out I can't catch them, and well, other people caught 'em better than I did. But
I don't have any
nobody had
secrets.
a big bag.
Can't wait for the BFL counting down the days. That's pretty exciting. I actually told
Well, I
Ryan
guess it was
today.
tough that day.
I think, or I told somebody
It's
today. Wasn't
gone,
you?
dude.
You took all my.
No, it was Mason Waters. I told him
You
that
just gotta
I
look.
want to be a co-angler on the BFL one time,
Go do it.
just to see.
It's a lot of it's a lot of fun.
Don't say
Yeah.
you want to be a
Look,
voter around
puked
these
orange
guys.
stuff for hours. I did, guys. It was
Don't worry, you
terrible.
won't be a boat around Harold.
What's your How Jeremiah, who has to be serious? What's your best big fish pattern for giant largemouth during the pre-spawn? For me, it's cranking,
Spinnerbait.
A-rig, spinnerbait, and of course big swim baits. You want to know mine? You go get a tube of crickets, you catch some bluegill, and you throw that joker on his bed. There you go. You said big bass. If you want to catch giant largemouth, that's the way to do it.
Pre-spawn.
Just go to
I don't care.
any private pond with the spinnerbait and go to work. Oh, that's so much fun.
Pre-spawn, Ryan.
When I was a kid, man,
Buzzbait.
bigs.
Buzzbait.
If I want to catch a big one,
Yeah,
that's the
Cooper-
only one I want to catch. A big one, I'll put a buzzbait.
Oh, I want to hear
Okay.
it, Kevin. Cooper said
You're
it
gonna
was up
strike out way more than you'll have to show for it.
But
But if you do get one to bite, it's a good one.
Tracy Coker says the chatterbait works as well. Ron Swinford, chatterbait crawled along the bottom. So, yeah, I mean, it's about time.
There you go.
Danny, they are not on bed yet during the spawn. Yeah, pre-spawn. I know, I messed up. I said spawn. I got corrected by all these guys. But I still stand. I mean, chatterbait's pretty good. If we're
Horny
going
coming under
artificial,
docks is pretty good too.
you can't beat a live bluegill on the hook. I don't care what anybody says. But
When you see them and you spy them and you're like, oh,
I love that.
and they say,
what is that?
Huh?
What are you throwing?
when you see some underneath the dock on a sunny afternoon,
Yeah.
you skip
like
a,
what happened.
skip
Kind
a
of like
horny
what
toad
we did. You and
underneath.
I went up to Notley, and then bass were like, we were seeing them back about 10 foot up in the docks. Actually, where the
love
boat,
that.
if the boat slip was empty, they were just under that first walkway and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then, Farmer could skip to them, and I could just hit the thing and ring the dinner bell. That's what I did. So,
Ringing the dinner
legitimate.
bell.
I think with the fish I've been seeing everybody catch, I feel like it's got to be some over 20. There's got to be a couple bags over
what
20.
what old Tim Wyatt say?
But
Especially to win.
There you go. Thanks, Ryan.
I'm
I'll
gonna
throw a
share, I'm gonna
buzz
share
bait.
my big fish bait. Damn it!
Oh, okay. We'll get back to you, Tim. But there you go.
He's about to do it.
Crankbait and the pulse fish jig.
There you go.
Now, why is that your big fish bait?
Crankbait because I can cover water. A pulse fish jig it puts off the vibration of a crankbait, but it's even more silent
Subtle.
than a crankbait.
But there's a certain buzzbait you got to throw, Tim White.
Tim White, if you hit me tomorrow, I'll tell you what it is because I know. I know. I can tell you. I can
Never
give you
tell
the juice.
Danny anything.
I'm not. Well, Tim's fishing electric only and stuff like that. So
Danny knows this. You can skip the pulse fish.
I have.
Yes, you can. in
I have
fact.
never seen this, and it was very impressive.
I
When
love
you're
it.
when you're throwing what are them called?
Take them.
No,
pulse fish jig.
no. What is it? And what's the actual name of it? I mean, the
Scrounger.
scrounger.
Yep.
A scrounger head. I've never seen anybody skip a scrounger head before, and Farmer actually was very good doing that. So Is a pulse
That's a
fish
fun
like a
yellow
fish head,
fish.
dude? It is, but
These things won't blow out
Am I
like a
coming-
fish head
come up?
dude or the original strike cream.
Strike cream.
Strike
Strike
cream.
cream.
you're still thinking about that Superman.
All right.
Superman.
All right.
I'll be your
Superman.
Superman.
Strike King,
Only in May.
Scrounger. They won't blow out. You can reel these things
Yep.
about as fast as
They're
you
cool.
can reel them, and they
I'm impressed with those too. It kind of feels a little bit like a chatterbait, but just real subtle. I'll fish instead of a chatterbait a lot, especially clear
I
water.
love it when grown men and real subtle.
real
There's something about that word,
Ain't
subtle.
nothing subtle about me.
There ain't nothing subtle about Ryan. Ryan's gonna throw. He's gonna throw a buzz bait. Do you guys use a trailer on a spinner bait?
Always.
Yeah.
Always. Yes. What do you throw?
What?
Give
What kind of trailer do you throw?
Use a trailer?
Just like
I pretty much only throw a Bass Pro Shops Cajun trailer
There you go.
There you go.
in blue glimmer
In blue glimmer.
blue.
or
Anything,
chartreuse and white.
Brian? I'll have to tell you. I have to tell you tip number 2.
Glimmer blue.
It's blue glimmer and strike.
Lake Kiwi.
None.
Lake Kiwi's been putting out big ones.
All right. Thoughts about Lake Kiwi for this weekend. I know nothing about Kiwi.
Catch a bunch of weight and a 10-pounder.
And how do you know this?
Hmm?
How do you know this? I want to
'Cause they've
verify
been
the information
catching-
that you
over
give
the
me.
last couple of tournaments, they've been catching a bunch of weight and
Right.
fish around 10 pounds.
Okay.
So that's a good strategy.
Okay.
Or even a couple of 10-pounders. That'll
All right.
really do it.
There you go.
Now, the achievability of that,
Oh my
I
God.
don't know.
The
I
achievability.
don't even think that's a word, Danny.
It is. Well,
Yeah.
it works. Nobody's.
I don't know
Georgia
anything about
education.
Kiwi. I love Georgia.
All right. How about this? So, Jeremiah says, I never fish spinner baits with trailers because the skirts are normally long enough on the models I fish.
Yep.
Get away from
That's
them
possible.
models.
So you disagree.
All right, then.
Just get away from
and so
Trailer
okay.
hook.
So explain why.
Mhm.
So explain why. Why is your comment like that?
The trailers in the springtime in pre-spawn specifically, if you throw one with a grub on the back of it like a trailer,
Right?
you're able to actually slow that bait down a lot slower,
Thank you, Brian.
and you're also presenting a bigger profile when you've got a piece of plastic on the back of that thing.
Yep.
So it's more about the speed and stuff like
More
that.
about the speed, and then little old largemouth or big old largemouth, little old largemouth don't really
Right.
matter either one. They can say, that's a big meal. Let me exert a little bit of energy and get it.
Okay.
Burton.
Where's our next question?
But again, that's just my opinion.
The trailer hook has caught me. That's
Okay,
always
so
my
Tim
decision.
Wyatt, no trailer, always a trailer hook. And I will say,
and I always throw a trailer hook on mine.
I will
Do
say
you
that if
throw a
you're
trailer
not
hook
going
and a
to,
trailer?
yeah, you can. Is there a good lake to
Not
catch
big.
pickerel in North Georgia?
Burton.
Everywhere.
Burton's got it. I think. Okay, here we go.
Raven.
Raven.
And Raven.
I was going to say Seed.
Go up to any
I
of
was
the
gonna
North
say
Carolina lakes.
Lake Seed.
Seed, they'll see you before they come. Seed.
But it
I
has-
mean, they're in seed,
They're
but
in seed,
but
yeah.
they will see you before you see them on seed.
Is it because it's that clear?
It's because it's so
They're so
clear.
aggressive, though. I don't think that.
I don't know, but they can be way up here and they say, boat.
How about this from Glaze? When do y'all throw a shad wrap?
I'm throwing one right now, but these guys said no.
Very soon. Very soon.
I don't know
Oh, everybody
why.
says very soon.
Why would you throw it later than now? I feel like. I
Okay,
I
let's
don't
go
know.
from-
I don't
okay,
know
let's go with
much. See, I don't know anything about anything.
Paul
so I
wants-
just kind
Paul
of throw
wants to
this stuff
chime
at
in
the
on
wrong
this too.
times.
It used to be. I went a lot of years where like my first fish of the year used to come on a shad wrap.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like
Oh,
every time it gets
Before I was a
cold,
real 12-month fisherman.
Number 5.
7.
Number
number 7 shad wrap.
7 RS.
RS. All right. Okay, so
I drag mine around the rocks.
good. Here's a question
Drag
based off
stuff.
that.
In
What
the
is
black
it
back
about?
pattern?
Stuff.
What is it about a shad wrap from now and we say very soon? What is it about a shad wrap that makes it a good?
It's the action.
I throw it
It's
where I throw
really,
a
really,
crankbait. and I just-
a shad wrap kind of cranks like this.
Actually looks like a
don't-
minnow in
it
the
don't
water.
Look, it don't. It's and shad wrap. One thing about shad wrap is it whether it's warm or if it's you got a cold front coming in, you know, on like your tournament's on Sunday or Saturday or whatever, and that morning it's just cooler than it was the day 2 days before.
Right.
And you're catching fish practicing on a crankbait.
that's-
You can still throw a shad wrap though, and you can still get them fish to react to a shad wrap because I mean it literally just it goes in there, it just cranks like
So
it just
what do you-
wobbles
That's
like
what I've been
this.
saying.
Okay.
That's what-
So
Go to-
what do you?
That's a good segue then to our next Instagram question.
Okay.
How do you think next weekend's cold front will affect the bite on Lanier.
Is there a cold front?
It's
So
one
this
coming
weekend's cold front.
this week.
Oh,
Well, I can tell you this past weekend it made it tough.
every
for a lot of
time
guys.
it's been really cold, I've done very well, and the second it gets warm, I don't. That might just be the patterns I'm on, but I don't know. All
Well,
those cold fronts have been helping.
I will say this: if you're on Rocky, if you're fishing Rocky Mountain and a cold front comes through and you get bluebird skies the next day, most of us normal guys are going to strike out. There's something about Rocky that's tough. That when a cold front comes through that very next day, if you get bluebird skies, that's a tough lake, and I don't know why, but it definitely. I just know from experience, and I think there's a couple of guys that are on here that fish Rocky Mountain PFA that could probably verify that. It gets really, really hard on Rocky Mountain. Now, I don't know why, but it does. So how about Lanier or something like that?
He'd probably be the best one to answer it, but
Or Alaton or any of them.
I'll make a stab at it. But when your fish actually start making their push up in
Right.
pre-spawn,
Mm-hmm.
that first cold front really ain't going to do much, but kind of push them back out to just a little bit out towards their winter haunts. They're not going to go far, but they're going
Right.
to go to the first deep water they got. Then they're going to move back up in your next warming trend.
What do you think? That seems like a good answer.
I won't argue with it.
What?
I want to answer Jeremiah's question though.
Okay, what is Jeremiah's
He
question?
says other thing about running trailers on spinner baits is they add lift to the bait early in the year, and I want it down the bottom. Well, here's the thing about it is it doesn't matter if you throw it
in a foot.
specifically slow,
Oh, that.
because when I'm right now through the end of March, I'm throwing my spinner bait about this fast.
Really?
He does go slow. He does. He's slow.
I'm throwing mine
slow.
So it really doesn't matter
What speed
what speed, huh?
what gear ratio you
6'4" to 1.
6'4" to 1. Okay,
Yep.
what kind of rod you throwing it on?
I got a custom made rod by Lipsticker. It's one of a kind.
That's right.
610 medium heavy.
Just throwing
With a
out
special tip on the
throwing
end
out
of it.
Lipsticker right now. If you guys want to book a trip with him, you can find him
Or
on
buy a
Facebook.
rod.
Or buy a rod. He does do custom rods and stuff like that, and does work on sonar.
And 15-pound fluorocarbon.
15-pound fluoro. Why does no?
He takes a hell of a sell.
Why does nobody? Good girl, I don't know which one you're going on right there. Why does nobody ditch fish with a tail spinner like a little George?
Because I tried, and the fish didn't bite it as well. I mean,
I just be honest.
That's
I
how I
never have.
decide.
My ditch fishing expertise has come from what Ryan taught me.
it
which
could
is-
probably
that's
work.
it.
I mean,
I've
mean,
used
that's
I've
similar-
used what is it, the half-ounce rooster tail in these ditches, dragging them across the bottom. They work.
Yeah. I mean, anything could work. Just be the right person on it. I'm gonna throw whatever works best
Well,
for
if-
me, and
if-
it's not gonna be what works best
if
for
you
him.
if you pull into a ditch and they're glued to the bottom, I mean you're throwing your regular stuff like your little like Jeff Nail's thing right now,
Little
is the
swim
guppy
bait.
head with a little swim bait.
That's just
Is that
general
really
in here.
Drew Patterson, Hickory Flat OMC Dogs?
I don't know. Maybe.
He wants to know if Wonder Woman's rope is really gold. And my
Sounds
only
like
answer to
Drew.
that is, why are you even looking?
Where's
at that?
Harold?
Why are you even looking at that? So, but again,
I'll say this.
about Wonder Woman or the
No,
George?
one February about 4 or 5 years ago, we went and they were feeding on really, really, really tiny bait, and I wasn't really thinking about it at the time. But I'll tell you like this, I'll just put it to you: shoot it straight.
Okay,
Tim
shoot,
Pruitt. I went with Tim Pruitt. Tim Pruitt wore my ass out on a 1 ounce rooster tail, white rooster tail
Really?
that day.
You know, a lot of people.
I
say,
mean,
yeah,
I'm talking like 10 to 1, dude. Like he wore me out throwing that
Stone
thing.
throwing a rooster tail.
Yep, a 1 ounce one.
It
was about this. About the 1 ounce ones are about that big. He wore me slap out.
certain times of year, and when those fish are fired up, then things will kill them down there deep. I don't know what it is. They love it.
I have no idea. But
So
yeah, there you
to
go.
answer Jeremiah's question, I mean, maybe take the hook off, maybe take the treble hook off and replace it with a treble hook with like a feather or something. I don't see why it wouldn't not
I think they
work.
could work on those ditches.
I mean, that's just an idea, Jeremiah. I mean, that would
You
be
can change
if
it
I
up.
was,
You might find
if
something.
me and you were in a boat together and you said, I want to try this, I would say, why not? I mean, I'll never oppose to anything,
It's
really.
a
Right.
spot.
No, I get
They'll
that.
eat
You know,
Yeah,
so I
exactly.
mean,
That's what I'm saying.
if
I'm like,
Jeremiah was with me and him were on the lake, particularly just some random day like that, this time of year or whatever, and he said, I'm gonna try this, I'd do it. And if he gets short striked or something like that, which would be really hard on the little George, but because they could
That's
eat.
been a short strike on a little George.
But I mean, you could change the hook out and put a tail feather hook on. It'd be
Okay.
a little bit different of a profile.
I
Because
got
only the reason I say that is because like that whole thing what I just said about the whole rooster tail thing. Because a rooster tail treble hook has a feather on it tied on. So I don't know.
what do you think? I mean, and I've seen them at Walmart and stuff like that, but they make a big rooster tail for musky fishing. I mean, it's like this long. I mean, it's a big rooster tail looking bait for musky fishing. Would that work?
It's more like that new. It's more like that
Yeah.
new Picasso lure that ain't new.
Yeah, let me say this. Let me say this about the new
They're all
Picasso.
like, it's
inline
brand
bait.
new, and I'm like, no,
I
it is
threw
not new.
I threw a snagless Sally back when I was so
That
much
is-
younger.
that is
That's
what
been
it
around
is. It is a
forever. That's right.
snagless Sally.
That's right. Picasso, your new thing is a snagless Sally.
Yeah, I don't know.
ripoff. It's a
Those inline
snagless Sally
those
ripoff.
inline spinners like that.
right.
Those things were like
Good job, Paul.
Those are like the grandfathers or the fathers of like spinner baits.
It's
I mean, they
all
were
new.
making them things like way before.
But the all new Picasso custom inlines. My mom's like,
Barday, where you
I
at?
call BS. I threw a snagless Sally back in the day that was the exact same
It's
thing.
basically what it is.
It's a snagless
They're like
Sally.
bell bottoms, everything old.
And you know, you still can find snagless Sallies on the thing. But I remember, and they had the old yellow skirt that looked like it was like a piece of leather that they ripped into 100 pieces. You know what I'm talking about, though. But that's all it is.
Original hula poppers had the
Don't talk crap about the original hula
No,
popper.
but they had the
Hula popper on deep banks in the wintertime. They'll come up, come get it.
They had the flat rubber skirt. I said it.
He said it. But again, I listen though. That's you know, you make a bait. Just it is what it is. but
That's exactly what Ron hit the nail on the head. It's a snagless Sally with a better hook.
There you go.
Ron
That's all
Swinford
it
wins the prize. That
That's
is exactly what it is.
I threw that thing back when I can remember throwing that back when I was like before teenagers. I mean, that was the one thing. 'cause
Ron
I threw it.
Swinford probably remember. Well, never mind. I was
Why?
going to say Ron Swinford probably remembers when they come out.
Are
I love you, Ron.
are
I'm
you
just
saying something about
I'm
his
just
age?
messing with you, Ron. I love you to death.
But he's,
Don't leave us.
but he's correct. He's correct. I mean, seriously, that's all it is. It's a revamp. But I guess you haven't seen snagless Sallies on the market in a couple decades. So I,
I mean,
guess
it's
you
like
can-
anything. I mean, things come and go.
Right.
Baits come and go.
I'm gonna
Wait,
look up snagless Sally
who,
right here
uh,
while you guys are talking.
Who here hasn't caught a smallmouth?
I've caught a smallmouth. I have.
Well,
have.
if you go to Blue Ridge or Appalachia or Hiawassee right now, take
That's
them
where I
little
caught mine.
SR5 shad wraps and perch, fire tiger, or hot steel,
Really?
and you can wear smallmouth out.
See, I usually catch them just dragging a jig around the rocks up there.
If you go
I
right
don't like
now,
that Paul won't let me talk about.
if you go right now to
Don't
Safford
mention that
Trading,
lake's name.
Talk about Fight Club.
Safford Trading Company, you pull
That's
up,
a
it says a
foreign word for
Hildebrandt
smallmouth.
snagless Sally spinnerbait. And the only difference is the snagless Sally, the skirt is of course still like the old style skirt. It's got some balls that keep I mean seriously. It's got some balls.
Ball bearings.
Ball bearings. And what
For
it is,
space.
what it is a shorter actually the Picasso looks like it would be longer in the tie where the spoon is. But that's all it is. They just made it longer and they took the ball bearings off of it. And so it's basically
Brock Turner in the house tonight.
Brock Turner, how you doing, bud? Bass Pro Shop sells snagless Sally.
This
So they
show
brought
just
it back.
gained a lot of credibility since Brock's here.
We got some street cred now. We got a Turner boy on here like that.
There you go.
But again, and I mean, you know, there's
You know he's grinning. You know he's grinning too on the
Hey,
other side.
listen, Brock, I know you're grinning, but man, you look like the Red Baron in that picture the other day, like that, with y'all bundled up with your hat on and everything. That's what I said. I said, he looks like the Red Baron. So,
Paul knows what I'm thinking.
what are you thinking, Paul?
That song.
Are you got?
Snoopy and the Red Bear?
No, that's when the picture of Brock and then Danny talking about him being a red bear, being looking like the Red Bear, and then that TikTok song that I sent you on the TikTok song.
I don't even know. I'm out of the loop on that one.
Nope.
I'll show you later.
Oh, we can't do that. All right, how about
Stay away
this?
from that one.
How about a question of the week? How about a question of the week?
What's the question of the week?
I'm getting ready to do it. So,
Oh, okay.
I'm
All
gonna
right.
do it. I'm just pulling this one out of my backside.
Are we able to answer this since we don't know?
No, you don't know.
I want to answer
But you
it.
can't. Shut up. You can't answer this.
You can answer.
What are we
nothing. You
giving
got a
away?
What are we
dugout
gonna give
bait
away?
tackle shirt.
What are we giving
hat
away?
on.
Josh isn't here, so we can give away
That's
whatever
why
we
I
want.
learned it.
You're
How about
The boss ain't in the house
ball
tonight.
saying, how about we give away one custom jig?
One.
one.
Look, I mean of what they want. Like I mean a custom jig. Like you know.
I try.
Or you're gonna add
I was
4
gonna say, I was
tabs.
going to say, which 3 are you picking from? You going to do the chef special, the farmer special, or the mill staff special?
Well, I don't know. We'll go 3. We'll go 3 custom jigs then.
Okay.
Ryan will tie you 3 custom jigs.
Love for the bees knees or the Kunin craw.
Hey, I like.
How
the
did I
Coon
get
Craw.
my name on one of
Oh,
those jigs?
is called Georgia Malt, by the way.
Yeah, we're
New
calling
Oh,
color.
that's why.
Georgia malt.
That's our 2 new colors, Georgia Malt and Coon and Craw.
So it's the magic.
It is officially a Croonin'
I
Crawl.
actually like Coon and Craw. It is. No, we named it the
It's a
Coon and Craw
magic
after you.
Me and Danny.
You actually have a
I
ball.
sat down here. I sat down here in the basement and I took 2 beautiful pictures of them to put on the website. And then about 5 minutes later, Danny FaceTimes me because he was too lazy to walk down the steps.
I ain't walking up steps.
He's like, "What do you call it?" Thing? I was like, and I said, "I don't know." He said, "You do know. If you don't tell me a name now, you're fired."
And you said, I don't know if I said it like that, but it
Did
Did I say you're fired?
yes? You said, "You know, you're lying to me." If you know what I told you
No,
about lying to
Because I
me.
said 2 names and you went, and my name sucked, but you had names already in your mind. And so you said Georgia Malt, and then you said Coon and Craw. We're going to name a jig after Paul. So, Paul, you officially have a bait named after you. So you can go to the grave now knowing
Made
this.
it big time now, Paul.
You are big
Oh,
time. The
man.
Coon and Craw.
Bigly.
Buddha jig about to drop.
Pretty soon I'll be as big.
We can do that. We can do that.
Maybe one day.
How about that? The next jig we'll name Buddha jig.
The CT jig.
The Buddha jig. So
He already had the bee's knees going. He took my name off it.
I'll
Dang.
get-
Georgia Malt.
I'll
I don't
get
want
you
my
a
name on
bee's
jig no more. I
knees.
don't like you guys.
CT
well, that's
jig.
because you wore a dugout hat to our show.
Probably.
So that's.
one way to get.
That is one way to get.
Yeah. So
That is one way to get your.
I didn't even know I
got
put
to
it
answer
on,
this
honestly,
question,
but yeah.
Lipsticker. So here we go. 3 custom jigs right
He
here.
got demonetized 'cause he don't get a name.
Anything you want. I love the original Jitterbug. So do I. I don't know why people don't throw it. Here's the question of the week. First person to answer, and I'll be watching. The first person that comes up in the comments will get their choice of 3 custom jigs. If you got a jig you like, and we have the skirt material, Ryan will tie it. Now I will tell you this: it'll be next week because we got stuff he's got to do. So he'll have to tie it next week. So don't expect it in the mail tomorrow. All right.
No.
So here we
A
go.
lot of jigs tied.
We brought up chain pickerel.
Oh gosh.
We brought up chain pickerel.
What is the Georgia state record?
What is the Georgia state record? When was it caught?
8 pounds, 14 ounces.
No,
I
you're
can
wrong.
answer it.
No, you're not.
7
That's the
pounds.
question.
Of course you can
You
answer.
guys, let me watch it. I gotta watch
7
this.
pounds,
This
11
is a chain
ounces.
pickerel. How big and when was it caught?
Well, I don't know what the answer is if you won't let me say
I'm not
it.
gonna let you. I'm watching.
Well, I'm watching too.
Yeah, I'm watching right here.
They can't be that big.
They get big. Yeah.
You know, Georgia has a lake record pike or muskie one.
All right,
They have like a,
Nathan,
like, and it was like,
Ridge.
Yeah,
it was
Blue
called
Ridge.
like
Nathan, you're close, but you
1954.
gotta have when was it caught?
54
Dang it,
pounds or
bro.
something.
What? No, but he's got to have when was it caught? 1961. That's correct.
Yeah, you got it.
So
Buddha's
Buddha
back.
win. Spot hunter, you
Buddha's
just
back.
lost. Buddha's back in his winning thing. So
To get that in one piece at a time.
yeah, he did. So, but you guys are all correct except for Brian. You're wrong.
You're right. 1982.
Chain pickerel, 9 pounds 6 ounces, caught by Baxley McQuaid
96.
Jr. in
That's a
Homerville.
hell of a name.
Baxley, I know it. I didn't choke up. Baxley McQuaig,
You're right.
Homerville, February 1961. But here's an interesting fact. So Buddha, we'll get with you on that jig. So the Buddha jig is coming. But interesting, Georgia actually has 2 types of pickerel. There's also a redfin pickerel, and the state record for that is 2 pounds 10 ounces, caught by Gene Brantley in Lewis Pond, July 7th, 1982.
That pond probably don't. There's probably subdivisions sitting on top of that pond now.
Yeah, probably so. Every good farm pond in Forsyth County that
Like-
we used to fish, you can't fish no
I
more.
had a conversation with somebody about the lake record or the world record bass. I can't remember who it was. I said, as in Montgomery Lake, there's a subdivision sitting on top of where
Yeah.
Montgomery
Yeah,
Lake
that's
was. Yeah.
Here, listen to this. Here's something kind of cool. If you just check the dates out on all these records.
Shout out Steve Pinkston. He's got lake
He's
record
got- he's
spotted
got-
bass.
On what lake?
Look, Clark's Hill.
That's right.
4 pounds, 8 ounces.
That's right here, but a lot of them are
Wait,
old
4
records.
pounds?
Some of you guys need to
That's
go
what I'm saying, dude. I'm telling you, on Clark's Hill,
Yeah,
people
everybody thinks it's higher
people
than it
catching
is.
like 5 pound spots or
what
like
I'm saying.
496 spots or something
During-
like that. And they're
during
like,
practice.
that's a big old spot. They thought, they don't even realize they got a lake
6'5".
record.
That's right. That's exactly
During
right.
practice, I was catching some
This
big
is
ones.
actually
Dang.
interesting. So listen to this. So your hybrid bass is 25 pounds in 1995, Lake Chattooga. So that's definitely.
Imagine a 25-pound hybrid.
There's a picture of it right here.
What a striper!
Damn, what a striper!
That's no striper.
That's right. The
striper
record
looks
bass, of
funky.
course, you said it, 22.4 on Montgomery Lake, June 2nd, 1932. What are you trying to beat?
By
one of these records?
George Sears.
Yeah,
I think what his name was.
No,
Or
his name was George Perry.
George Perry, yeah.
The red-eye bass. The red-eye bass is 3 pounds 7 ounces. Caught on Lake
Jeff Nail's
Hartwell.
watching.
Who is? Hey, Jeff Nail, how
There
you
you go.
doing?
Jeff Nail's podcast dropped yesterday, 1-on-1.
I will say
Go watch
this.
it.
I watched it.
I have had
I liked
several people
Thank you,
tell
Jeff.
me that was one of the better podcasts we did. So, Jeff Nail, I definitely do appreciate it. And something about the podcast, let me tell you, because we're so busy right now and we're getting things kind of squared away, we're going to be doing them every other Tuesday for a while. So we will have another guest and we will do the next one. So every other Tuesday till we get stuff together. And once we get together, we're going to start rolling.
Every Tuesday.
Every Tuesday, eventually.
It's Tuesday when we say it's Tuesday.
Yes.
Tuesday when we say it's Tuesday.
That's right. Exactly what they said. So I did that one. Shoal bass. This is 2021. Was just
broke.
caught.
That just got broken.
It just got broke by another guy.
That was
What?
a monster.
It was 8 pounds 5 ounces. What did they broke? What was the new one?
8 something.
A run. The records are old because they stopped stocking a lot of these old school fish. Yeah, absolutely. The smallmouth, though, hey, interesting. So you talked about catching a smallmouth, Farmer, and you were talking about catching it, but what lake? Where do you think the lake is? Like the records smallmouth bass? Chattooga. I would
Dude
have
used to be insane.
Chattooga. I would have
All the
guessed.
North Georgia lakes had smallmouth in them at one point.
I've heard about
Card-
Chattooga smallmouth.
Carter's had them in it. Notley had them in it. Blue Ridge is the only one that's left, and it's about gone.
Yeah.
That's what I would have thought that the record would have come from Blue Ridge. 1973.
Yeah, Blue Ridge has got a record, but it's a muskie.
Yeah, it is.
That wasn't supposed to be there.
And so I'm going to pull up the muskie.
Muskie.
Actually, they have it as a muscalunge. You got to pronounce it right. A muscalunge.
Muscalun.
Muscalunge, 38 pounds. Like
They brought it from North Carolina.
okay, so what is Lake Lanier's Buddha? Buddha, what is
Blue
Lake
Ridge.
Lanier's largemouth record? I know that's like 16
pounds something.
back in the day.
16 something.
17
16, 17. I know. I know it's bigger. Wait, there are at least 10 species of red-eyed bass. How can that be a record? Well, the red-eyed bass. I do not know. All I know
Red-eyes?
is I go to the I'm on
He's
the Georgia Wildlife
Gosh.
.com fishing record program,
Google it.
and
It's
red-eye
17
bass
something.
is
I thought
3
it was
pounds 7 ounces on Lake Hartwell. So
Red eye.
um,
The lower reservoir.
actually, Steve
That Carter
Burnett, yeah,
says
absolutely. We
massive
talked
ones
about
up there,
Dana
isn't it?
earlier in the show, and we all wish him well, and he's a cool guy. So I hope like everything is good. Something just happened to the audio, so guys, if the audio is messed up, please let us know.
step on something.
Uh,
Did Paul knock it out, jump him up and down back there?
how about you guys? Is the audio good? Let us know. It's better? Question. Oh, that's us.
Why does it just say
Better.
over 17 pounds? Here we go.
I don't know. So what is the Lake Lanier record for?
I don't know why.
Better.
Said better.
Said better. Okay.
It's 17 plus.
I don't know
It's
why
17.
it does that. It could have been the internet
It's
too.
like 1976.
Nothing wants
I'm
to
looking at
say
It
what
was
it
eating
is.
trout. That's all I know.
I'm looking at our Wi-Fi.
It was
which
caught.
is
Oh, sorry.
bad.
It was caught on a rainbow trout.
The Lake
Down at the
record
dam.
Lanier down at the dam. Very interesting.
And Buddha said it was somebody that he knows.
It was his friend's
Top
grandpa,
10
Yeah.
pounds.
Trout eater.
Oh, my.
trout eater. And again,
There you go.
we're getting ready to get to have some access to Lake Pettit up here in Big Canoe. Yes,
No,
sir, Paul. Paul,
17.9, there it is.
We're
I
gonna
knew
be
it was
doing-
17 something.
they want us to come film some episodes for their people to tell
then
them
we'll
how
have a
to
new-
fish.
Then we'll have a new catchphrase when we go to pet it. The trout cometh.
Emery Donahue Sr.
The
There's
trout
your guy.
cometh.
Look, there's your guy. Emery Donahue is the one that caught it. 1965. So, but I will
Trout cometh.
say this that's what them big bass in Pettit eat. Them really big ones.
Trout cometh.
The trout
It just
cometh.
says
The trout
17
cometh.
pounds.
That's very very.
It's no
interesting.
longer the brim cometh.
How about walleye? Do you guys know the state record for a walleye?
Cuppa.
It's like 8 something.
Oh, you
Nah.
better go on up.
It's like 15 something
Yeah,
or 16.
Go down just a
17.5.
tad. The lake
Oh.
record walleye. Now unless somebody's broke it, is 14 pounds 2 ounces caught out of Lake Raven.
There you go.
That late
doesn't
Raven right
surprise
there.
me.
18, huh?
That doesn't
That's a big
surprise
walleye
me.
because
Is that recent?
2016.
There you go.
they stock Rayburn full of
Who holds the
rainbows.
Lanier Shoal Bass record? It is someone you have probably heard of before. Mm-hmm. Well, who is it?
Peter T.
Who?
Peter T. Peter Tilverios, I believe is who it is.
Okay, well there you go. I had no idea. I know that there's late records that GON keeps up with the late.
He caught
records
it
and
in a
stuff.
tournament.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I have no idea. But I know some of these other lakes like Hickory Log, Latham, some of these smaller reservoirs, they need to start keeping up with it. That would be very
I
interesting to
think
see.
it's Peter T.
Because I know like on Latham there's been several over 10 caught, but I don't know what the exact late record is. So that would be interesting. But nobody keeps track of those things.
Latham's
Not
got
the small
big old
lakes.
largemouth.
Peter T. Yep.
What, Peter T?
Mhm.
Did somebody say it?
Ron
Oh, yeah,
Swiffer
Peter.
said
I
it
can't
was
even.
5.
Good Lord, I'm glad you can pronounce that because I never
Peter
could.
Tilverios. Peter Tilveros.
So the L is silent?
Everybody just calls him Peter T.
Peter T.
That's even like what he puts on the back, like on his jersey. It just says Peter T.
Peter T. I got you. Well, congratulations on that.
There's a late Lanier record for the walleye caught recently.
8 pounds 9 ounces on Lake Lanier. I tell you
I
what,
say it'll be broke.
Justin Reynolds went up the Rocky Mountain PFA last year fishing for bass, and he caught the lake record twice in one day and didn't know it and threw it back. Both those walleyes were over like 7 pounds, something like that. He had pictures of them, and he threw them both. He didn't think nothing about it, but he would have had the lake
He
record if they keep it.
threw fish tacos back in the water.
He did. That's a lot of tacos. Okay, Tim White, the guy that caught the Lanier Brown Trout record is a good-looking dude, and you want to know who that is?
Tim White.
Tim White. Tim White actually caught the Lanier Brown Trout record. That's funny as all get good looking. So yeah, that's exactly true. That girl caught that big rainbow in Lanier a couple years ago, like that fish, and that thing looked gnarly. So it's interesting to talk about that because of all the different species that are in all these lakes. There's a record for each and every one of them, but it'd be nice to know all of them. But again, like I said, we don't have them for the electric reservoirs or small lakes.
Well, I was going to say you can pull up the lake record for each big reservoir
On GON, can't
on
GON
GON,
keeps up with
or
it.
I think the DNR keeps up with it too.
Casey Blanton, miss you guys. Hope all is good y'all's way. Yes, sir. Same back to you, buddy. We love you. Do you get anything for the record? I don't know that you do.
You get like a T-shirt.
If it's a state record,
Yeah.
if it's a state record, all right. So, but how about this? Let's do this.
What about monies?
Monies. I don't know.
You get the publicity. I lost it.
Publicity.
The
Something.
publicity.
I can't say it.
You're still thinking about Superman.
That
ain't
Fannin
you?
County education coming through.
That's right.
And you have one to talk. You come from Lumpkin.
Yeah, I know that. I know y'all
We're
really
Title III school.
y'all are really pulling us down because I graduated from South Forsyth. Forsyth County schools right there. So, yeah.
Y'all a bunch of yuppies.
Yeah.
No, I lived in Forsyth County back before it became yuppie. That's why I moved to
Oh,
Dawson.
back when Oprah Winfrey wasn't allowed to come.
I actually, hey, listen, you want? Here we go.
Well,
No,
there
here
it
we go. I'm gonna tell you. Listen, let me give you a history lesson. This is honest to God truth. I swear to God. So the first March, when Hosea Williams came up and came down the dirt road, I knew every one of those people out there throwing the rocks. They were, whatever it is, whatever. They did that about a mile and a half from my house, and then the following weekend or 2 weekends, that's when Oprah came and all that. And I can remember my mom and everybody. And we got to stay home. We stayed home that Saturday. We wasn't allowed to go nowhere because of the march coming through and all that. So Forsyth County back in the day was a lot different than it is now. I'm just telling you. I'm not saying for good, better or worse.
Everywhere around here is a lot different than it was.
It is. I could tell you some stories about Forsyth County back in the day that would make a lot of you guys kind of like. I had uncles up there throwing bricks. Yeah, I mean you might have. I mean it was a very, very different time. Is all I'm gonna say.
Bad time.
It was a bad time. It was a bad time. So a lot of people have been educated on that and it changed, and so that's good. So
Ought to be.
change is good.
They ought to be.
They ought to be. They ought to be. But Forsyth County back in the day, man, it was different. It was definitely different. So and I can remember when I drove up to Dawson County, I thought it was like Appalachia or something like that. I really did.
Dawson County.
I did. I said Fannin County would have been like, oh my God, where am I at?
Fannin County. I hear banjo music.
Your banjo music is
Paddle faster.
Deliverance.
It would be. Listen,
I'm pretty sure that some of Deliverance was filmed.
Wrong.
No, it was filmed
No.
on Carter's Lake
Wrong.
and up in Helen.
Wrong.
Forsyth
wrong.
was rough back in the day, Michael. Deliverance was
Deliverance was
filmed in
in
Rayburn
Rayburn County.
Where do you think I was saying it? Up there in Habersham.
That's right. Yes,
That's
Abersham.
Rayburn, dude.
Well,
That's
they're
on
all right
past
together.
it.
They're all right together. I get that. So
And Tallulah
that was one of the
Gorge.
best movies in the world until Beatty's little scene. That kind of scarred me a little bit. But other than that, can you imagine catching the world record and seeing that thing come up? You know, I'll tell you this. It's like a big buck. I would probably my heart would just die. I would have a heart attack. It's just like buck fever. It would just be like buck fever. I don't know. Because, I mean, imagine, what's the biggest largemouth you've ever caught?
10-4.
10-4. So you're in you're in double digit club, right?
Mm-hmm. It's 11-8.
11-8. Now, were they farm pond or big lakes?
Notley.
Mine was big.
Out of Notley.
Seminole.
Mine was farm pond.
What was yours?
12 something. The scale was not great. It might not even be 12. It was huge on an old rusty scale on a pond out of canoe on a spinner
Squeal
bait.
like a pig, yeah. So I would say I have not broke the double digits club with you guys, but we had old farm
But
pond.
the most I've caught over 10 was on Yahoula in its heyday.
Yahoula in its heyday
I've caught
was
4.
awesome.
I caught 4 out of Yahoula in its heyday. Over
It
10.
is not that way
Yeah.
anymore, but in the heyday, back when it first opened, for
still
the first
big
5-10
and,
years.
and y'all, some of y'all may be like, "Wow, you caught 4 of 10." Dude, I wasn't the only one. I mean, there was people. My buddy Ethan Crow, he caught one almost 11 out of there.
Yeah, they were big.
And we were in the boat together, and he was like, "Oh my God, this is the biggest fish I've ever seen." And we were like, "Holy crap!"
Yeah, so,
And then the very next week, I went and caught one about a little over 10.
yeah.
There you go.
Yahoula had them.
Yeah, Yahoula had them.
It still has a
There's
few.
still
yeah,
has-
there's
It
still,
still
some
has a
big
few.
ones. Go up on
Here's
that
the
bridge
argument:
and see
who
what's
really
over.
has the world largemouth record? Really, the Japanese guy who beat. We switch them. Beat by an ounce. The guy who snagged the 25-pounder or the original. Yeah, here's the
Yeah.
thing.
As soon as you snag that fish, it
It doesn't
Snagging
count.
kind of depletes the whole.
got rid of that
thing.
world
Yep.
record.
Yep.
I would say,
But Jeremiah has a good argument about the Japanese guy,
and why is that?
huh?
What's the good argument? Do you know a lot of people dispute the original world record? A lot of people dispute that. They say it really wasn't. A lot of people look at the picture and all that. You've got a section of people that say that fish is not 22 pounds 4 ounces.
If you read,
I don't know.
If you read the story about it,
He ate.
I
the
would
thing.
say the world record. That world record though was probably really in reality probably bigger than what it was because he toted the dang thing, walked down the road to go take it to the mail
right.
the place. So
Yeah.
it probably lost weight on the way.
That's quite possible. So he got it. He got it weighed at a place.
I think it was like a post office or something like that. And then they had to wait for Sears and Roebuck to get there or something, and they sent him like a.
And then he took it home and ate it though.
Yeah, he took it home and ate
He
it.
ate it. So the world record.
Well, I
was
mean, in 1932 Great Depression.
absolutely.
Yeah,
I, mean,
that
that's-
was your-
I ain't gonna let food go.
Could you
We
imagine
starving as is.
Could you
That's a lot
imagine
of
though
food.
how bad that thing would taste at 22 pounds compared to like a 12?
1932 Great Depression in Georgia, you probably don't care what things taste like.
Hey, okay. Here,
All you want is food in your belly.
Here's something. Here's a little tidbit. Since we're getting a few questions, but what was one of the meals during the Great Depression in the South that people loved? It was one of the most popular meals, and when I say it, y'all gonna go, ugh. And I actually tried it to see how good it was.
Pig brains, probably.
No,
Some
not pig
stupid
brains.
like
No,
that.
seriously. I'll go ahead and tell you, it was a peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich. That was one of the more popular meals during the Great Depression. That was like a
I hate
people-
mayonnaise anyway, but
I like mayonnaise.
I love mayonnaise, but here's the deal. I actually tried it. I went home and put it together, and it's actually not that bad.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
No, seriously, you don't like mayonnaise anyway.
No,
I'm fighting it back right now.
Go home tonight. You guys watch, and seriously,
Move that water bottle.
if you're at home, try it right now and just tell us what you think. But go home, get you some peanut butter and some white bread, and then put some peanut butter on one side, put mayonnaise on the other, and put it together. It's really not that bad. But that was actually one of the more popular meals during the Great Depression and in the South back in the early
Thomas Leverett said
1900s.
it's good.
It is good. It's not bad. It is very good. You guys need to try. That's our project. Your homework, guys. Go eat a peanut butter and mayonnaise sandwich.
Peanut butter, man. I don't see why that would be bad.
I hate mayonnaise.
You ate pig brains.
I hate mayonnaise.
You don't like mayonnaise?
No.
People
now
not
we-
liking mayonnaise.
So now we can't sit here and go, who's the best mayonnaise, and argue between Blue Plate Duke and Hellman's and all that
Nope.
because you guys don't eat it.
I have a reason behind it.
Okay, what is the reason?
Back when we were kids, we went fishing a lot. We went camping a lot. And my brother was always bad about
What's up, Kurt?
leaving stuff out of the cooler. Well, he made himself a sandwich, left the mayonnaise out all day out of 8-hour fishing trip. Well, the first he was the first one back up there. Threw it back in the cooler, so Dad didn't jump his hind end about it. Who was the first one to get into the mayonnaise?
You.
Made me sicker than a dog, and I can't. I've just now gotten to the point where I can even smell it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I can eat mayonnaise straight out of the daggone thing. There's no argument Duke's is the best. I actually have switched from Blue Plate to Duke's.
What's the difference? I never.
Duke's
taste
has
the
got a little more
difference.
twang to it.
I never taste the difference.
Duke's
I
has
don't
got a
eat
little more
mayonnaise
twang
by
to it.
itself, yeah.
Okay, so that's our mayonnaise talk. So I'm sorry, he is the most
peanut
plain
butter.
eating person that I've ever seen. He don't get condiments on anything.
Really?
Blue Plate all day. See, we got to go. The peanut butter and banana sandwich is much better. That's true.
Nah,
But
any-
back-
any
I'll go
peanut butter
bananas-
sandwich.
but
is so
bananas
good.
were not
Bananas are
during the
gross.
Depression. Bananas were not readily available.
Bananas are disgusting.
What do you eat?
I was going to say, to be as big as you
Yeah,
are,
seriously.
what do you eat?
I can ta-
Oreos, apparently.
Listen, I can tell you what his sandwich of choice is when he gets a sub. It's white bread, it's turkey, maybe one other thing, and some Swiss cheese with nothing on it.
Yeah, it's kind of
You
like
talking
me,
about the
though.
driest sandwich in the history?
Well,
of
I
the world.
don't know about the condiment thing. He likes buffalo wings or buffalo strips.
He does like buffalo. He eats a lot of chicken, but he will not eat mayonnaise, and he does not get anything.
I know
on his
he'll
sandwiches.
order one or two things at the
Mayonnaise.
Whole
A
House,
lot
and
of
that's
people
one
in here. Mayonnaise. A lot of people in here. Mayonnaise. A lot of people in here. That that's pretty cool. Let's get back on the fishing talk. I guess we'll do that. So I've took us down to mayonnaise. We done went to Superman and Lois Lane. Right now, like you got a turn. Well, I can't ask you a question. You got a tournament. You're not going to tell me what you're throwing on in there right there.
When are you fishing?
He's fishing Saturday. So what? Sunday.
I'll be out there, but not.
Claremont Club, right?
Stay out of there.
Ryan, what is
Stay out
it?
of where? I'm not going to get in his way.
East Hall Saturday.
East Hall is
I'm not going to
Saturday.
get in his
So is the ABA Opens.
Ooh.
Okay, so when you say ABA opens,
Can anybody fish?
Division.
anybody in
Yeah.
any group can fish ABA.
You
opens.
can't fish them.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to be a certain age.
What is a certain age?
Well, he can fish. Well, he can fish as a co-angler.
He can fish. That's
He
right.
can't
can
fish as a boater.
Yeah,
I
he,
don't want to fish with co-anglers.
I think it's
on my near.
18 and up.
I think so. It's either 18 or 20.
Next year I'll try.
Dane's gone. So,
Dane's
and
gone. Dane done went to bed.
And Alex Pierce ain't watching. So.
I love you, Alex Pierce.
But yeah, the ABA Opens, as long as you go in and get the $35 membership fee and have your card or your membership number, you can fish
You're
it.
good.
So, like, if I join tomorrow, I can go fish it.
That's cool. That's gonna
So-
be a fun tournament.
They've already from what I heard from Dane is they've already got 60 boats.
There you go. I love big tournaments. I love
Here's a good thing.
No.
I've seen it. Do bananas actually bring bad luck
No.
on a boat? What do y'all think? I say no because I don't
Well,
believe in luck.
Only tournament I've ever zeroed on. There's a banana, but also didn't know how to fish back then. So
See?
it didn't matter. But yeah,
I didn't. Somebody was saying something about
why
banana. I was
everybody
like,
talking about food in the boat? I don't know.
I don't. Well, listen.
What
I
are
think if
you
you go
talking
fishing
about?
with Jonathan
Yeah.
Farmer, you're not going to eat
You're
all
like
day.
me.
Paul knows how much food I bring on a
Farmer
boat.
knows. Farmers
Zero.
fish with me.
What's the best lure for a trophy spot versus a trophy largemouth?
Something a big spot will eat.
Well, a trophy largemouth. I don't know because spots
They're
are
one
so
and
much
the
more
same,
aggressive.
really.
Shad and a
They're
I'm
one and
gonna-
the same.
I wouldn't throw a HUD for spots. I just feel like it's not. I never have though. I mean,
I guess Beasley
Was.
Can. Well, I guess Beasley can.
Hmm?
I guess
16
Beasley
years
can
old,
boat
so
if
you
want
can't.
to.
oh, let's go.
Well, I would
Oh,
say
16
16 years
years
old
old.
is for a co-angler, correct?
get in where you fit in, B.
I thought the boater.
I mean,
I
just
thought you
wanna
had to
fish
be. I
tournaments.
thought you had to be able to.
I just love tournaments.
Is there a minimum age requirement to be a BFL boater? Yes or no?
I'm pretty
Probably.
Sure
I
there's-
mean,
I'm pretty sure there's a-
15-year-old.
It's probably not used. There probably didn't used to be, but now in the world of insurance and liabilities, there
Yeah.
probably is now.
We never no. Okay, so Ron said no.
Well, you may be able to fish it.
We never got to the best
Yeah,
lure for a
I'll have
trophy
to
spot.
look. and
Is
get
it
back
solo
with
or?
I
you. No, well,
You might get
Or
a boat.
You
draw
may
a
get a
boat.
You may get a co-angler.
fine.
I think right now there's 60 boaters and 30
You
co-anglers.
thinking about that
Yeah.
question?
to the spot largemouth thing. You probably the bait's going to be probably one and the same.
Yeah.
With some kind of big swim.
I mean,
bait.
really, it's yeah.
Big swim bait if you're going for a trophy.
I
on
mean,
both
because
of them.
a 5-pound spot, it'll try to eat a dang 8-10 inch long
Now,
bait.
Steve's got an
Mhm.
interesting question. Should there be a minimum age requirement to be a BFL boater?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
And what would that be?
Oh, man.
I'd say
Probably
as long as you have.
21.
I'd say as long as you have a driver's
Jeremiah,
license. You've
don't be
been
promoting
driving
another
it for
store.
at least a year and a half, 2 years.
Well, the thing
I'm
is,
kidding
like,
with you.
there's some older people that have never driven a boat before, and then like I'm 17 and I'm the only person that drives
So-
our boat, and I've been doing it for 2 years. So I mean, yeah, there's different age. I mean, you can't really judge
I know
on a
Bronson.
boat.
I'm thinking about. Well, let me ask you
You're
this
gonna
question.
leave me by myself Saturday. Thanks.
Yeah, you got.
Some
Yeah, I'll,
partner you
I'll
are.
fish with you if he fishes that.
I'll
Just let me
fish
know.
I know
with you,
you will.
Chef. I'm so
I try to get Ryan to get me on the boat every chance I get. But let me ask you this: let's say I decide I go home tonight and I'm like, this ABA stuff's pretty interesting. I would definitely be a co-angler. So what is so I join. How is the co-anglers treated? Like, how do they get?
It depends.
Patched to a boat.
It depends
You
on
want me to tell you
whose
what
boat
it
you
is?
get.
Hang on. You want me to tell you what it is?
What is it?
You're a co-angler. Your weight goes exactly up against the boater.
Really?
Yeah.
In
There's
the
no
ABA.
co-angler.
Well, I don't know in the open.
The Division 8, the opens, it's co-angler, angler.
Yeah.
Ain't that
But
right,
if
Eric?
you fish the 125 or the 35 or anything like that,
You go up against
you go
the
up against
boaters.
the boaters.
Now, why do you think
Well,
that?
that's
I mean, that's
crazy.
kind of
You don't
tough.
have enough. You don't have enough co-anglers to
to
divvy the
compete.
Because I mean, what are we drawing? 30 boats,
30 boats
and we're
three
getting about
co-anglers.
4 co-anglers.
Oh, really? Y'all don't have a lot of co-anglers.
No.
So let me
absolutely
ask
not.
you this: how about the guys that get stuck with a co-angler? They kind of.
That depends on who you get.
Depends.
Like if you get one co-angler like we had up on Blue Ridge,
Uh huh.
is my home lake. So I was like, just put him in my boat and we'll go.
Right.
You get 2 or 3. They do a draw. The computer draws, and whoever gets them, they're in their boat for that day.
But do they gripe?
It depends on who you get.
What is
I
that?
never fished with a co-angler.
That's farmer. I'm
Farmers.
surprised. Ba-da-da.
Fox
Well,
Sports.
yeah,
So
Fox
Ryan's
Sports.
got his American Bass card, Bass Angler card. So but that's kind of interesting that you have to fish against the boater.
You
So-
fish against. So if I get somebody put in my boat, they're fishing against me.
Okay. So let me ask you this: knowing that, you're still going to you might not
I'm
backboat him.
I'm not that way. I want the guy to catch. He paid his money just like I did, so I'm gonna put him in the best position to catch fish as well. But in
That's sweet.
the same aspect of that,
You're trying to win,
I'm trying to win, and he's gonna get my backwater anyway. The way I fish.
right?
So
Well,
like this next tournament coming up,
Right.
I already told the director. I said if anybody ends up in my boat, they're gonna be pissed off.
Because of the way you're fishing,
The way I'm gonna be fishing.
and it's going to be like power fishing.
I mean,
and
you
stuff, yeah.
parallel a bank. Yeah.
So I think it would be interesting just for the experience.
Pissed.
Let me
He owed.
let me ask you this: how many times have you ever seen a co-angler beat all, like win the tournament? Have you ever seen
I've
it?
seen it. I think I've seen it happen last year. I'm pretty sure somebody ended up in somebody's boat and they
Dane told me about it.
whacked on them.
You're
cars.
hitting those fish.
Yeah.
They had like 14 pounds or something
Yeah.
like
The
that.
co-anglers.
Yeah.
But for the most part, the co-anglers are not going to beat the boater. 9 times out of 10. So we got I think co-angler position is just for learning, and I kind of agree with that.
My partner always catches the big fish in our tournaments, and he's always on the back. He never even fishes. He fishes.
Well,
like
a lot
once
of your
month.
guys on the back are fishing different than you
Yep,
are.
and it just
It depends on how fast you're going. If you're in the
Yep.
back of the boat and I'm screaming down the bank, throwing a jerkbait, crankbait, spinnerbait, something like that, and they don't have time to let that worm hit the bottom, maybe pop it twice to get it out, they're not going to catch nothing. They're going to have to be throwing something similar to what I'm throwing.
Because you're going fast.
I'm going fast,
Right.
covering water.
Do-
But now if I slow down, they have just as much chance as I do at catching one because it depends on
Do they have the rules in the ABA where the guy in the back cannot throw towards the
you
front?
can't throw over the guy in the front.
You can't throw
That's a
over him,
good
but you
rule.
can throw similar to him?
You can throw at a 45.
Okay, so that's what I'm
It's
saying.
not like the BFL. You can't cross the.
That's what
the
I'm saying.
center
Is there
part
a
of the
center
boat.
line?
You can now that does go with the discrepancy of the angler
The
in the
boater.
front. If you're sitting there and you're landing right on top of where he's throwing, there might be some
Right.
discrepancy there. But
Right, I got that. Because Jeremiah asked, do boaters get frustrated when the guy in
Some
the
do.
back of the boat is
Some
catching
very
more
much
bigger
do.
fish?
I don't
Right.
because like I said, he paid his money just like I did, and all I'm going to sit there and be like, all right, either I'm fishing too fast
Right.
and he's throwing slower than I am, then I'll adjust.
Right.
But more than likely, most of the time, your co-anglers are fishing water you've already blown through. And if you, especially power fishing, the fish know you're there.
Yeah.
Once you bring that thing through, the fish know you're there.
Right.
So
Couple of comments. Ron said he's fished in the back of a few ABAs. Good guys, had been good experience about sharing the water. George Smith has an interesting comment too right here about he's fished as a co-angler, had good experience, but the boater can throw to the back of the boat.
if you own the boat and you say they come up busting behind the boat,
Yes.
Just toss around.
you're allowed at the front of the boat turn around and fire behind the boat to be able to get to them.
Can you do that in BFL?
No.
Okay.
Okay, so BFL has the center rule.
Well, I don't know. As a boater, you may be able to, but I know if they're busting in front of the boat,
Yeah, they call
The co-angler cannot go after them.
That would hurt
You can
me.
ask Jason Johnson about that.
Uh-oh.
What about it?
You can ask Jason Johnson about throwing like that.
Oh,
When they come
yes.
up schooling.
Yes, he actually.
He,
he
and
lost
he will
as a
tell
co-angler.
you, he
He'll
was
tell you
like,
straight.
he'll tell you straight up, and he'll be like, it was my fault.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and he's like, but I was not thinking.
Right. So he actually was going to win, if I'm not mistaken, because I worked with Jason for a couple of years and I've heard this story. He actually lost the year championship because of that one thing, because he got disqualified or something, and it jumped him down to second. Or
All he
something.
pretty much had to do, he had a limit in the boat, I believe, and he would have won. All he had to do on that last day was weighing a limit, basically.
Right. And
And
somehow,
the points and the whatever.
yeah, and somehow, and actually, it wasn't caught right then and there. It was actually on film or something like that, and somebody reported him about throwing across, and they reviewed it, and he got DQ'd or something, and lost some points or whatever, and that took him from the championship.
It DQ'd him that day because he broke the rule.
Yeah, and I mean,
So,
and he'll tell you about it. I mean, he's like, he didn't. Yeah, I've heard the story so several times, but it was like it cost him a lot of money just about one cast.
well,
so
George fishes the 125 with us. He also fishes up the 35 too.
is he a boater or co-angler?
He's a co-angler. I think.
George, you
didn't
going to fish
George-
Saturday?
Didn't you buy a boat recently?
Yes. So there's two questions, but I'm going to answer Will Junkins first.
I got a story about that one, so
Let's
go
see.
ahead.
Is there or will there be an expo on the east side of the state around Lanier? Well, you had Jimbo's. That was a few weeks ago. That was down at Lake Lanier. On the east side over there, I do not know. I know after NOE, I don't know of another show in Cartersville. But I will tell you this. It's going to be worth the drive. From Cumming, if you're around Cumming, it's about an hour and 15 minutes, but it's an easy ride up Highway 20. So it's not tough right there. But as far as any more expos in Georgia, I don't know of any. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know that I want to do anymore because it's a pain to get ready for them. Next year we'll be much more prepared. Jeremiah, what is the closest tourney win-loss you've ever seen?
I got beat out by 1/8 of an ounce.
Well, he saw a guy lose by 2 ounces. Had to be painful. And you got
Weighed twice, and it came back 1/8 of an ounce.
We did too.
Every time.
I did too.
that happens. Oh, you're in Barrow County?
I
Yeah,
did
buddy.
too.
I don't know about over that way.
I did too.
Yeah, I've seen several of them that have been very, very.
We
very
weighed them.
close.
We weighed them twice.
2
Both of our
ounces.
bags.
2 ounces is. I've seen several of them by 2 ounces.
12.98.
Okay, so there you go.
12.97.
Well, that's true. Now, let me say that Will Junkin, yeah, that is correct. I didn't even think about it. The Bassmaster Classic Expo will be on Hartwell.
I'm excited.
And so
for
if you're
that.
in Barrow County, that's not too far
Do you have to book that early or?
to go.
Yeah.
No, it's just
Now
you just buy a
that one
ticket and go.
hurts.
Well, that's the same situation I was in.
That's the
I
same.
won
I
by
got second because we
0.01.
had 12.97. They had 12.98.
Yeah,
we pulled them out. We're like
hurts.
we cleaned the basket out of any water and everything, and
that
then put them right back in there again.
Yeah, that's cool. So yeah, Will. Hey, listen, Ryan and I and whoever are going to be there the Friday. We're going to go on Friday, so it's not quite as crowded. Ryan says if you go on Saturday, you might as well be prepared to go shoulder to shoulder with everybody. So we're going to take off work Friday, shut the store down, and we're going to drive up. So any of you guys, like I said, any of you guys want to meet us and hang out up there, we will be
I'm
there.
gonna take off school. I hope I can go by myself. That'd be cool.
Why don't you take your
Thank
dad?
God you're a loner.
Huh?
Take your
He had a
dad.
girlfriend.
You
Bad.
need a girlfriend more than any single human being I know right now.
I like fishing by myself. I like to go to expos by myself.
Do you like girls?
Yeah.
You got a girlfriend?
Of course not.
You got a side
Fish
chick?
too much. No.
You got a side chick?
How can you have a side chick if you don't have a
Yeah, seriously.
Well, I mean, I
main
didn't
chick.
want to call it what I wanted to call it, so side chick was the only thing I thought could get away with. So, in case we had a female watching, I didn't want to be disrespectful. So, well, there you go. So, there in the comments is kind of what I wanted to say, but it is
Roasted.
I told you.
if any of y'all, let's pay for him. Let's buy him a date. Let's get him let's buy him a date for the weekend. It only costs about $500 for the whole
We're
weekend.
about to teach Eric 2 very important phrases.
No.
All right, Eric. Здравствуйте. That means hello. До свидания. That means goodbye.
So
That'll
we're gonna
be
get
very
you a Russian.
important
We're
for
gonna
you
get you a
later.
Russian chick. Friends with benefits. That's exactly right, Kurt. We hunt. That's what I wanted to say, but I wanted to say it a different way. So, George Smith, I said, George, we have your prize pack. It's actually sitting right here on the chair right over there. We will definitely bring it. Taking the Hooters is overrated. We're gonna go. We're gonna go.
Damn right.
Hooters is overrated.
We take him.
But I do like
Hey.
the buffalo shrimp.
We can find him one of them women's in that country music video I sent you. I bet he would.
Actually, to be
I
quite
bet he'd bring one home.
Actually, to be honest, if you could stay late and sleep on the front step, get him a what?
Yeah, if you just stay here a little longer, there probably won't show up at the front steps.
You get some of Marble Hill's finest.
No, you seen it.
She'll just be shaking a little bit. I mean, she'd be like, "Hey, Eric, hey, Eric, hey, you got anything to eat?
That girl rapping.
Eric, you got anything to eat? Eric, what are you doing in there, Eric, come here.
Can I not fish the BFL?
Look, don't take it back to that. Bronson will take
I
him
really
somewhere.
wanna
That's
fish
right.
that
Did you
BFL.
see where Bronson was at today? It's something. Yeah, Bronson. Yeah.
Man, Johnson's got a lot of stories. I'd have to be one of them OnlyFans.
Lipsticker
things.
fishing.
Man,
Well, he's
Johnson.
underage. He can't fish the BFL. So
Can't
anyway,
even fish the BFL.
That's disappointing.
boomers.
According to Chef, it doesn't matter. I'm kidding.
What is boomers? Are we getting ready to go down that? Are we getting ready to go down that?
Those establishments we were talking about.
Is that the establishment?
That rabbit hole, we don't want to go back down.
Oh, I got some stories. No, I don't.
Somebody's texting me in the other room.
There you are. Okay, somebody's texting around. But anyway, okay, so let's get back to fishing. We got about 19 minutes if we can survive 19 more minutes. Stop looking at oh, come on, lipsticker. But anyway, so
that's cool.
one of the goals in 2022, because this is the 2022 takeover. We're going to take over the world this year. Is to get you a girlfriend.
No.
At least a prom date.
Yeah,
I'm not going. I'm going fishing instead.
You're not going to go to prom?
No.
Why?
Why would I go to prom?
I'm telling you, good things
Oh,
happen
my
after
God.
proms. From my experience, it was always
I have
well.
a feeling poor Beasley's afraid of rejection.
I can't even.
Oh, is that-
I can't
is that
even-
what it
I
is?
can't even say what I want to say right now.
The home.
Beasley.
No.
For enough money, they
No.
won't reject
You're
you.
junior this year, right?
Yeah.
So you got goals for next
That's right,
Yeah,
Jeremiah.
next
We're
year
going to
will
do
be fine,
that.
whatever.
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, we got
Jeremiah's on
Marvel-
in on this train too now.
Listen, I'm telling you, right. Honestly, if you sit on our front porch long enough,
I still.
oh man, you'll get it. Yeah, she'll show up. She'll show up. Or you go to Ella J and you find a girl with her teeth messed up and you fix them. You get her a 64 Impala with some spinners and she'll love you for the rest of your
Oh
life.
God.
Right there, get her 64
That
Impala,
was
man.
very, very specific.
You know why I know that? Because back in the day, Alan Coffey.
Damn, Kevin.
Kevin's all over it tonight.
Kevin's crazy tonight. Dude. He must have had.
He had a couple.
What about a cougar?
Oh, well, he'll be an MLF friend. He'll be about that.
We'll be like that Garth
MLF.
Brooks
Yeah, he
song.
loves the MLF.
I like the MLF.
We'll get you that. Yeah, I went to work with her
Roll
that
Tide.
summer.
Roll back.
Teenage kid so far from home. Yeah, it's a roll.
She was
Tide.
a lonely widow woman, hell bent to make it on her own. We were 1,000 miles from nowhere.
We
We felt as far as I could see.
both needing something from each other.
We got one last question.
Oh,
One
come
last
on.
question from Instagram. To rein this in, and I'll just give this to Ryan real quick. At Lanier this time of year, above or below Browns?
Both.
I know where he's going.
I know where he's going, but both.
Below.
Yeah,
The answer is both. It depends on what you're stalking.
Depends upon what you're doing.
Yeah.
Depends upon what you want. That's
There's big ones down south, unless it's Sunday in a high school tournament.
Yeah, and you want 25 pounds. And he'll show up.
salty.
I'm a little salty.
So bummed out.
I'm on 25 pounds worth of fish.
I was so.
He did. He
I
came up
was
here to the
so
store.
mad.
He goes,
I didn't say I would. I would
no,
say
he goes,
somebody
There's
would,
gonna be a
and then they did
25
it.
pound sack Sunday.
They were big ones everywhere.
Like Nathan, both. That's the right answer. Both. It depends on where you're going and what you're targeting. I mean, you can go south and you can catch big ones, but you can go north. And Brian proves that. There's big ones up north.
There's big spots up north.
But right now, Brian, where would you go? North or south?
North.
All right, where would you go, Farmer?
North.
So we got two norths.
Because it always creeps.
Where would you go, Beasley?
Oh no, where would I go?
South.
Yep.
Have you even fished the north
Yeah,
part
I
of
fish
Lake
the north all the time.
But you go south.
He fishes north of
Browns Bridge.
Browns
Royale.
I meant between Port Royale and Browns
If he
Bridge.
goes past that bridge about 100 yards, I'm on the north end of the lake.
LJ's dock is north.
You ain't going nowhere.
No, I'm kidding. I'll go
Chesapeake
up
Bay
there.
is as far north as he
What
goes.
did it? Okay, so we got some questions.
I have to drive up the Chattahoochee to go to Laurel Park.
Answer these. We got a couple questions.
Yeah.
What did it take to
But
win?
north is a gamble.
Yeah, north is a game.
Yeah, that's
What
true.
did it take to win the high school tournament?
Oh, it was only like 16. It was very low weights.
Gotcha. All right. So the next question is Will Junkin. What store? Where is your store? Okay, so we have online and we got an actual
Mud
brick
Creek
and
is
mortar.
south.
It's in the middle of nowhere in Marble Hill. But actually, if you go to Dawsonville and keep going 15 more minutes out highway, well maybe 20 out Highway 53, you'll run up to us. But our actual location is Marble Hill, Georgia. Just because, but it's basically right between Jasper and Dawsonville. That's where our store is located. So it is a long drive. It is a long drive. What are you hit? Are you doing Hitler signs back there?
No, not at all.
No.
You know what? You listen though. If we put one of them old metal hats on there, you'd look like one of them big Germans.
Oh my God.
You would. You'd look like
Brandon,
a
get
big
that
German
breath.
soldier, huh? Listen,
15 minutes to bring
15
this thing
minutes.
home.
Okay, so has any of
Would
you done?
Flat Creek
Has
also
any of you
on
done?
the
And listen, let me ask you this: has any of you done the
Uh-oh.
genetic test or whatever DNA test?
No,
Any of y'all put your spit in a vial and send it off?
my
Have you done it?
family tree is a straight line. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Do you realize what a straight line family tree is?
That's not good.
That means
I'm
that means
I'm kidding.
there's-
I was
If
joking.
your
I
family
was. I
tree
know
is
what
like
that
a
means.
stick, it's not good.
I was joking.
now we know why he don't want a
That
girl.
means Papa love Mama, Mama love brother, and brother love
You wait
brother
on
love sister.
you're waiting on your cousin to graduate. That's what it is.
That's what's wrong.
That's what's right. He's waiting on his cousin.
His first cousin.
Sally cousin, and she's over there. She ain't graduated yet.
Beasley's family. It starts to try to make a limb on the branch come off, and they say
Nope.
they take a sawzall and they say nope.
Well, that explains it. Do you understand what you said?
Most families have a branch on the limb and a limb on the tree, and a tree in the hole, and the hole in the ground, and the green grass grows all around and around.
Something
Beasley's
like
has got Beasley has a burnt tree that survives the California fire.
We are from
They don't have
California. Halfway
anything.
from
It's just a
California.
burnt straight
I'm from
tree.
I was born in San Diego.
He was born in California. That explains
That
it.
explains.
That explains everything. California. That's why you don't get no girl, man.
Born in a class 5 hurricane.
My family tree is straight. That is one of the best things I've
I
ever
was.
heard.
I'm never gonna get away from that.
I think
No.
you're not.
Oh,
Between your nuts hanging out,
That's going to be. That's going to. We might have to make sure pin this episode because that's got to go in for our little thing that we talked about. The other
Yeah,
day.
one day we're going to do an episode.
One day we're going to do an
Cuts.
episode that has cuts, and y'all be able to like maybe pay a
Oh,
little
man.
small little $5 fee or something like that
To
just
see
to see it.
You would wanna see it because
you would
this is
want
big.
to pay your $5 because it'll be worth
This
it.
is me. It would be like this all the time. Bleep, bleep, every time because when we try to record, Paul seen it firsthand the other day. I can do all this. I can talk, blah blah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, I can do all this. But if you stick me in front of a camera and I gotta say, guys, thank you for this episode of the Fish North Georgia podcast. You know all that crap. I mess it up. I have to do like 20 takes, and I cuss like a sailor.
And
I
Josh is always over there. That was good, but
more emotion.
more emotion.
More emotion.
He does. Josh is like this. Oh, yeah.
And then Josh is
that's
like,
good.
"Well, it was great, but you said
Yeah, you can't say
Well, I'd fail.
Oh no, listen, dude. But we're gonna
Professionals here, damn it.
we're gonna do an episode where like that. But if you see it in the original, like the
Oh,
early
God.
episodes of the podcast, you know, there's a reason I have to go to church on Sundays. You know, I have to go repent. But
I remember all that.
It is
Did you throw the Rattling Bog in there? That's
Rattling Bog's going to be in there and all the outtakes. We'll have LJ some stuff.
What was
from
that?
LJ.
That was you, Blake, and Justin.
No, it was
I've been Fleming.
What?
Fleming was here.
Fleming?
For what?
Rattling ball.
Rattling ball.
That was
You, Blake,
me, you,
I didn't,
Blake,
know, I didn't,
and
but I was
Fleming.
over here.
All right.
I didn't sing. I was laughing my ass off.
Yeah, you were. That was fun.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the words.
We'll do the Rattling Bog again.
We'll do that. We'll have an annual Rattling Bog. Will Junkin.
Can you
So
go
I've
over?
just found y'all's channel. Looks like a lot of fun. Hey, listen, I'll tell you what. Listen, we don't take this too serious, and sometimes we get in a little trouble for it. But if you can't have a little bit of fun on a Thursday evening, there's something wrong with you. But we enjoy everything we do here. But yeah, we're going to do an outtake episode, and it's going to be a special episode. And I think it'd be 2 hours of the funniest crap you ever seen. But I'm telling you, the entire time mine would be beep, 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 and it's not very good. So,
And a few phrases.
and a few phrases. Yeah, it's bad. But Paul saw it the other day. It's impossible for me to do
It's
it
the craziest thing I've ever seen.
because you see me talk and I
He
can
can't
talk
do
to
it.
everybody.
He really can't do it.
Because I think too much. I overthink.
So when
it.
you guys watch my
That's the
one-on-one
best
and you
way.
watch Jeff Nail's one-on-one, what y'all don't realize is in order for us to get that to the ending to do, I'm sitting right here and Danny's basically like looking at me
Yeah, we're staring in each other's eyes.
because that was the only way we could
It's
get him to
very
say it straight.
It was I couldn't say it. So the
So-
camera was right here and I
So,
had to change
like,
into this.
straight up, guys, the intro that he crushes every Thursday, like, we asked him to do that, and it took 8, 10, a dozen tries.
More
Yeah.
than that.
Yeah.
It was
It's bad.
the silliest thing.
But I can't do it. It's like a
It was-
mental block.
The red light was there, but it was, dude. It's the same intro that every Thursday you just crush.
I could do
oh,
this.
hell,
Hey, welcome to the Livewell here at
We're
Fish
gonna have a
North
great
Georgia.
show.
You
Yeah.
guys go to YouTube and you hit that subscribe button, like and subscribe, and go to Facebook. I can do all that if we're live. But if all of you guys are sitting over there and I'm staring at the camera, I go, welcome to God. And then I have to do it again. I'm sorry, it's just not my strength.
It is funny though.
It is funny, but we're going to do an outtake thing. And, of course, we'll have Camel Toe on there and all your great things. So we've now officially
Well, I never done any of
That's
this.
right.
I don't deserve this.
what-
I just showed up to learn about
Is it camel
fishing.
toe officially, or is it moose knuckle?
Thing come out your mouth.
Oh, that's good. Do we call it moose knuckle or camel toe? I think we call it camel toe.
Okay. Oh yeah.
But there's a reason why you ain't got a girlfriend, because you're waiting on your cousin. So we got that. The Blue Waffle episode will be on there.
Oh.
The lost episode.
I
The lost
remember.
episode.
The lost
I can
episode.
tell you right now, we'll have to charge for this episode because we sure ain't going to get it monetized when we do it right there. The Blue Waffle has stuck with me forever. But I'll be honest with you guys,
There's a,
I did not know what it was.
and then we brought it back, and y'all got poor Cooper with it. Like,
Oh yeah.
Listen, that kid showed me a picture of a genitalia lure. And I mean, what is he? I mean, seriously, he's like a little kid. He pulls up his phone. Hey, look at this! And I mean, like, I'm like, dude, you don't
My
need
grandpa showed me this.
My grandpa showed me this. Look at this right here. Woo!
that was like episode 5.
Yeah. Hey, listen, Jeremiah, we were good. We were good. CT Camel Toe has a better ring, so we'll go with Camel Toe. But actually, after the Blue Waffle episode,
I ain't never
we went to
responded
crap.
to that.
We were really good and serious until the Blue Waffle.
He's
never
going to be
happened.
at a high school tournament now. Somebody's going to call. Hey,
I don't know
CT.
him. I don't know him.
CT,
What? Oh,
can I ask you this though? I got one serious question.
No.
Please.
No.
So, like, when your cousin's available,
my.
are you gonna go with the blonde head? or
Which
the-
cousin?
Any cousin? I don't know. You
All
treat
right.
your
Okay.
blonde or brunette?
Oh heck, I don't know.
Beasley, you're getting
Beasley
trapped.
cannot honestly answer that. You don't like blondes or brunettes or redheads? Which would you take? What do you prefer? Come on, your mama ain't watching.
It don't matter.
I mean, there ain't very many people watching left. And
Yeah,
we're stuck on this. So
seriously.
go ahead and answer that.
Spotted bass. What?
Spotted bass. Never have I ever,
Oh god.
never have I ever seen a young man prefer fishing over that.
Built different.
I don't know.
Built.
Yeah.
That's a good camera shot. Built different.
Built different.
Built different. We will do that. So we're kind of getting towards the end of it, and all we're doing is making fun of Beasley.
Oh,
So we
why,
can't-
why
we
am I lip stickers foam?
We can. It's already CT, so we actually can end this.
Kevin has landed some major.
Yeah, I don't. Kevin's been popping off. I didn't even.
Wait, what did you do to him?
I don't know. I beat him
So-
from the back of his boat.
So damaged and shit. Because I don't even know what they're talking about over there. They got their own thing going. So Ryan, I want an ugly school bus yellow jig with some brown and green pumpkin in it. I'm going to call it scrambled egg.
That would
I
literally
think
work
the
so
bass
well.
will actually dig it.
That's the old school jig.
My biggest bass
I
ever
can
was
make
on a
one.
black and
I got
yellow spinnerbait.
I got yellow and brown.
That,
Well, the snagless Sally came black and yellow and black.
one of the first jigs that ever come out was brown and yellow.
Okay.
It's the old school. It's an old school jig, and it's coming back.
Look at there.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I'm leaning away.
Huh?
Start with me,
No,
Paul.
I mean,
Listen, it's been a long day.
I caught a 12-pound fish on black and yellow.
B's gonna wind up with more
Spinnerbait.
money in the bank than any of us. Probably so. You got to marry a rich cousin. So,
Yeah.
there you go.
Oh,
All right, guys. So listen, we're actually going to end this thing. I mean, it's close
6
enough.
ball
It's close enough. So let me say this: we appreciate you guys having fun with us tonight. Every once in a while, it's pretty good just to do an episode like this, just to kind of have a little bit of fun, not too serious. But next week on Friday, again, we're not going to have a live one. We will do a Fish North Georgia fishing report. You guys, again, if you go fishing this weekend, I'd like you to contact me on Facebook via Messenger and just say, hey, I went fishing. Tell me the water conditions, water clarity, kind of the patterns that you saw. You do not have to give me specific spots. You do not have to give me the specific baits.
Before 6 p.m. on Tuesday.
Yeah,
if
before 6
practicable.
p.m. on Tuesday. Good grief, from 5 to 6, they came in, man. They were flying in. I was like,
That's what I gave them to you.
yeah, I know. I know.
But I was on the water that
He was
day.
on the water. But again, so all we're doing with that is on Tuesday nights, we're sharing information. This Tuesday night, actually, we added something. We showed you Ryan going through the process of tying a jig. We may try to come up with something again with that on Tuesday. But definitely, if you go fishing, kind of help us out and swing a little information just for the average everyday fisherman that they can use. Again, it ain't got to be too specific. Do I slur my specifics? Can you
Huh?
hear that?
I,
Specific.
for your weekend anglers, tie on a worm and throw it.
There you go.
I
That's
don't
the
know
report.
anything. Especially
So-
on Lanier.
Yeah,
It's so easy to overlook.
that's
dude.
right. So
If you throw
Uh,
a swim bait, you're gonna
why don't real quick? Why don't y'all make a solid white jig? I haven't seen one.
We
Well, we
do.
do.
We
It's a
do.
swim jig. It's a swim jig. So we make a solid
love
white swim
swim
jig. We don't
jig.
make it in the skip cast or anything like that, except for a special custom order if that's what you want. But we do have a white swim jig. It is on TrueGrit.com. But again, so guys, listen, we had a lot of fun tonight. So again, what I was going to say is next Thursday night, no show because we're going to do it Friday at the NOE Outdoor Expo. Brought to you by Miracle Mist. That's going to be in Cartersville at the Clarence Brown Center Thursday, Friday, Saturday. $10 to get in, and we will be there. As soon as you walk in the door, look to the left, and you will see Fish North Georgia and True Grit Tackle. And again, we'll have Ryan there with all his pictures to sign and autograph for you. And we're going to have a lot of fun. And that's the big thing with this. What you see tonight is what you see when you're around us all the time. So we're not fake. This is it. We're a bunch of fools out here, but we have fun and we enjoy life. So I appreciate Beasley, Farmer, and Ryan.
You only
for
live
being-
once.
That's right, for being here. I appreciate Paul for all the work. He's got this thing down. And that's right, yee yee and all that, whatever. What is yee yee?
He said it too. He said, "Yee."
Is that bad?
No. I'll show
Is
you.
yee
I'll show you. In a
yee
second.
yee is bad?
I'll show you in a second
Okay,
when you
well,
end the show.
that's what I get for being an old fart and don't know all these new slang things. So, guys, listen, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching on Facebook, hey, give a like to the Fish North Georgia page. Go to the Fish North Georgia group page and join. That's the one that's more interactive. You can follow us on Instagram at Fish North Georgia, Twitter at Fish North Georgia, and True Grit Tackle, and all these other things. And guys, listen, we'll be at the shop tomorrow. If you guys are in the area, you come by and hang out, and we'll talk to you, buy some tackle like that. And again, I appreciate every single time one of you guys take the time to watch us. We appreciate it. It's actually pretty cool that there's about 50 of you guys that got nothing better to do on a Thursday night than watch us talk on the thing. But again, you guys are family, and we're getting to know you. And there's a couple of new guys that posted tonight. Hey, we appreciate you guys too. So we will see you on the fishing reports next Tuesday night at 8 p.m. And if we don't see you there, we'll see you at the NOE Outdoor Expo Friday and doing that as well. So you guys have a great evening, have fun. Make sure you tell everybody about us, and 2022 takeover. That's Paul's thing right there. We're gonna do it.
Take over 22.
Take over
Catch
2022.
all the fish.
Catch all the fish, and if you're
See
a
you
co-angler,
Saturday, Tracy.
win. So,
Catch
guys,